What a sick fuck.
The hardest 3 thrusts. Dude, I'm tripping my balls off.
Come to my house telling me to shut the fuck up and then telling me to reel it back in. Welcome to Agro Labs Podcast. My name is Cameron, and today with me, I got MJ. And I'm not talking fucking Michael Jordan, dude. I'm talking whatever the fuck this MJ is, dude.
More athletic than Michael Jordan.
Just as tall, though, dude.
Yeah, exactly as tall.
I still think you're from Canada.
I might be. I'm an undercover Canadian. We're not far from the border, brother.
Jesus, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine sneaking into Canada?
A dirty Canuck. What is there to sneak into Canada for? We've got legal weed. There's nothing else to sneak into Canada for.
Well, imagine sneaking out of Canada to America for a better life.
For a better life. What better life, dude? Expensive health insurance.
Oh, man.
Listen, bro. We are the richest third world country. I'm serious.
Canada's got it figured out, man.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of snow.
Yeah.
They're stupid.
Justin Trudeau, he is married to his high school, one of his high school teachers. Their prime minister. His wife's like 25 years older than he is.
No.
Yeah.
You don't hear nothing about that in the media, though.
No, because like everything's cool now. Everything's okay.
Yeah. There's enough time between a bad situation. People just sweep it under the rug.
Yes. Yeah. And there seems, I don't want to get into this right off the bat, but there seems to be like such a, when like something happens and somebody does something that a group of people frown upon, another group of people try equally as hard to justify it or like defend whatever it is, whatever happens. There is a I don't know, just like a lot of things are legitimized now that I don't think should be legitimized, like being from Canada.
No, dude, and well, you see that often, man. And I think really, man, is people just want to complain.
Yeah,
you know, like even when someone does something like terrible and fucked up, and you know deep down like it's fucked up. Like, why do you got to send the guy fucking 8,000 tweets? He knows what he did's fucked up,
right?
You know, he knows,
right? I don't know. For good or for worse, I think people. There's been a lot more value placed on one's individual opinion, like the weight of one's individual opinion. Like, I feel like everybody might think it's more important, and that individual for sure thinks that what they have to say is really important. And I know I'm a piece of shit, and I know nobody wants to hear what I have to say, so that's why I have the headphones and the microphone in front of me.
Well, dude, 20 years ago, dude, if you had an opinion, no one gave a fuck.
Right.
No one was listening to you.
You had to be an old white man with money for anybody to listen to you.
Yeah, dude.
Now I'm a young white man with no money.
And we're all poor nowadays.
Yeah. Everyone's poor. Even if you've got money, you've got twice as much debt.
Dude, when they take out of my taxes, bro, I'd be pissed. I'm like, what is this? I work at, where'd I work at?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Right. Why am I doing this with my life? There's managers at McDonald's make $45,000 a year.
Yeah,
that's a
dude.
callback.
Yeah, dude. When I think about stuff like that, it's just Uncle Sam bending me over and fucking me, dude.
Yeah.
And
how much of that am I going to see?
It's nothing.
Buying cat food when
Have
I'm
you tried
85.
to get unemployment lately?
I got a lot of unemployment lately.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're one of those lucky people that
I did. I legitimately had a job before quarantine.
Good for you.
And
I'm proud of you.
I wrote it, dude. Let me just tell you. So, I don't know how much my backstory you need, but I'm in recovery, right? Mm-hmm. I was recently in, sober living and a housing situation, like long-term treatment, and I was getting a lot of unemployment money while I was in there. I was getting like a lot. I was doing shit like buying 5 pairs of sneakers a week, and I bought Yeezys with my other friends.
So dope, dude.
We bought Yeezys together, dude. And you know what I did with those Yeezys?
Sold them.
I sold them for half what I paid for them to afford rent at a sober living.
Of course, you're in recovery.
Yeah, dude.
I'll never forget, dude. I bought a nice gold chain.
Yeah.
And I wasn't using drugs for like 3 years at this point in time in my life.
Yeah.
And I went over to Central in Detroit. You know where that's at?
I'm not from here.
It's the fucking. And I walked up, and out comes my old dope boy.
Oh shit!
And it was like a summer day, and I had my chain out.
Yeah.
And he hasn't seen me in 3 years.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and says, "What's up, good money? I like that chain. Let me know when you trying to get rid of it." And I just was like, "Yeah,
Yep.
Like I haven't seen someone for 3 years, dude. And that's the first thing he says to me.
What's up, good money?
When you gonna give me that chain?
Just like, dude, this is what my drug dealers think of me, dude.
Yeah.
I thought we were all friends, bro.
I thought we had a good relationship.
I don't know if anybody, especially like maybe somebody's like first time getting sober, and I get the opportunity, and I'm fortunate to interact with a lot of people. It's their first time getting sober, and just the constant thread of like, yeah, I mean, I bought drugs from him, but I've been buying drugs from him for like a year and a half. And like, we're friends. Like, sometimes we hang over, we just play Xbox, dude. And I was like, yeah, but then you give him $50 for heroin.
Dude, one of my best friends growing up was turned into my drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, I knew him. I've known him since like first grade. We played like basketball and football together, dude. And I'm giving him broken Xbox headphones, and
You used to play football with him. Now you buy peach footballs from him.
Yeah, dude. You know, I'm giving him plasma screen TVs, and there's smart TVs out there now. You know, and he's like, I don't fucking want this, dude. I'm like, dude, please, dude. I'm so sick. As Ron Burgundy would say, that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
No, it wasn't. Ron Burgundy didn't say that. He said that.
I don't know. I feel like that's
Jim Carrey.
That's one of those things that's so ubiquitous that you can't place. That's a royalty-free phrase now. Yeah.
I wonder if I'll get hit for a royalty for that.
Yeah. That's right. We're monetizing this, aren't we?
Yeah, I had to do some searching for royalty-free music. I had to buy a beat.
A beat from a sick white kid in his parents' basement, just pumping out
something,
sick-ass beats, dude.
He was a cool guy, dude. He made the process easy. Although I was kind of nervous giving someone money over the internet that I had no idea who was. I was like, dude, don't rip me off for this $30, dude.
Am I funding human trafficking?
Dude, you're in a human trafficking hub. Do you know you moved to a human trafficking hub?
I came from a human trafficking hub. I'm from the area of Dayton, Ohio, and it's a human trafficking hub, and it's a test market for cartel drugs because Route 70 and Route 75 intersect in Dayton. So it's like a big highway that runs east-west, right, and then one that runs north-south.
I thought you were from Columbus, dude.
I grew up in a tractor town, bro. And I was born in Jersey, whatever, it didn't matter. When I was a little kid, we moved to this tractor town, and it's sick.
You went from Jersey to a tractor town?
Yeah.
Do you remember Jersey?
We moved when I was like 8, but yeah, I remember some things. And like a lot of my dad's family still lives there, and I've been back to visit them since I was 16, and I'm 23 now. But
you could have been on the Jersey Shore.
I could have been on the Jersey. We used to kick it in Seaside Heights, bro, where they filmed Jersey Shore.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it as nuts as they portray it? I mean,
I always did daytime kid stuff, so I don't know. I've never really been out like nightlife.
Just on the seesaw.
Yeah, just on the seesaw, just on the beach at 7:00 in the morning, like a psychopath, excited to be there. You remember when you were a kid, and you would get excited to do stuff before 9 a.m.
No, I hated doing stuff as a kid.
I'm like, oh boy, mom, dad, wake up! They're like, fuck.
They're like, we just worked 10 hours.
You act like a mistake too. No,
dude, I used to throw the worst temper tantrums about my socks, dude.
Really?
If like the little middle line of the sock would be anywhere out of place, I would throw my shoes off and anywhere and just scream my head off.
I was such an anxious child. I used to have anxiety attacks taking off and putting on hooded sweatshirts. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get out of this sweatshirt again. I swear to God, I was too old. Probably till I was like 12. I detested putting on hooded sweatshirts because it's like, oh, I can't find the hole. And it's just like me being an adult now, you know?
Dude, my mom used to dress me up with the most ridiculous things, dude. She used to put fucking overalls on me, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. You were the Oshkosh Bagosh fucking poster child.
No, I didn't like it, dude.
No?
That was the Gerber baby, dude. You know what I mean?
You really?
Yeah, dude. Just always naked.
You get that Gerber money still, dude?
Dude. I fucking wish, dude. I'd still be doing drugs.
It comes in little jars. We'll circle back to the Tractor Town. Grew up in Tractor Town. At the same time, my grandparents lived in the same house there for 50 years, and probably more than 50. They've been married 50 years. My mom, my uncle grew up there, and I had the same high school teachers as my mother, like for the same classes. Like,
Did you marry her?
Did I marry my high school teacher? Dude, listen, Mrs. Barber, if you're listening, you're 70-something years old, but you're a fox. Dude, she's a fox, and she's ageless, bro.
Yeah.
She's like one of those, she's like a Joan Jett or Dame Judi Dench, you know? Age is not a number. Anyway, sorry, Mrs. Barber. So I grew up in that town, and then we moved to like a nicer, well, a different kind of suburb outside of Dayton, and then I was just a little budding alcoholic. My switch had been flipped at a shitty party when I was 16, and I tried a little geographical cure when I was like 19. I moved with my dad to South Carolina. He lives down there. He's been down there for a number of years. And it's just, you know,
South Carolina, you can get fucking drunk there, dude.
You get fucking drunk, dude. They've got they're private clubs. They're not bars. It's called a private club. And there's this place called Ray's Place. I know my dad's listening to this. There's this place called Ray's Place down by our house. It's just this like cinder block building, dude, with pool tables and just a bar, and it's open until 5 o'clock in the morning, and they just let you do whatever you want there.
They don't give a shit?
They don't give a shit, no.
You gotta pay money to get in.
They're damn near horizontal mirrors in the bathroom.
No.
Yeah. That's
a nice establishment. Shout out Ray's.
Shout out Ray's Place, dude. Sweet baby Ray's Place. And I lived there for a little while, and I just kept fucking shit up and making my dad's life a nightmare. And so I came back to I had been to Detox in Columbus when I was 18. So this is the only place I knew. So I was like, I guess I gotta go back there. So I took a Greyhound bus from Columbia, South Carolina to Dayton, and then I went back to Columbus for Detox. And I did like a 6-month long program there, and I was sober for a good while, and went back out, and was sober for another long while again. So I was there for like 2.5 years.
Really?
Yeah, just lived in sober livings and with my friends. And
where's your favorite place you ever been?
Where's my favorite place I've ever been?
Yeah, like lived at.
Columbus was cool. There were some areas of Columbus that are really cool. There's a place called German Village, which is like all the houses are really old and small and brick, but they're like $1 million houses, and like functioning gas lamps on the streets and all kinds of like cool white people shit. But if you'll notice, like they're all like, it's all couples without kids, like, you know. But yeah, they're not. This is the best part about that neighborhood, is there's not a bunch of snot-nosed animals running around.
I would tear that neighborhood up, dude.
Yeah, dude, just fucking stealing bricks out of the street, dude.
Dude, me and my friends did some fucking crazy shit growing up, dude.
Yeah.
We would like toss crab apples off onto the highway, dude, and fucking play ding dong ditch, and yeah, man, I was a heathen way before drugs and alcohol, dude.
Yeah, I was a pretty like it was drugs and alcohol opened my heathen side. I needed to really get into them to just realize my full potential of being a piece of shit, because like I consumed this anxiety, right, all the time. I'm managing it now, right, but a lot of my drinking and using was to like actually self-medicate that anxiety. So it really just like took a lot of the inner voice that told me this was a bad idea, which would tell me normal things to do were bad ideas too. But so it just took all that decision making down.
I'm not sure if I think I have anxiety, but I live with it for so long that I just don't notice it anymore. And as a kid growing up, man, it was really just like an existential crisis for me. Mm-hmm. I grew up in like a Christian home. My mom forced me to go to like youth group and church.
Yeah.
And I fucking, as a kid, dude, I probably from like 6 to 12, dude, I read that Bible like front to back.
Yeah.
And I remember being like 12 and just having an experience at church that I didn't agree with, that I was like, that's not how church people should act.
Right.
And then just feeling like my whole ideology and world was like crashing down below me. And that's when I was simply like, nothing has meaning. I'm just going to fucking have fun, dude. And I mean, dude, I just fucked my life up for 10 years, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I slowly got back to some sort of faith. But yeah, I realized over time it was, people, mm-hmm. Not the construct.
Yeah, Tractor Town I grew up in, about 3,000 people in 6 different churches in that little town. Well, 2 stoplights, 6 churches. Lots of weird shit. Like, even in I'm not that old, so this is like 2010, that like I'm not allowed to go over and play at people's houses because my mom's not married. Like, you can't have him over. His parents aren't married.
That's so crazy because like that doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Toledo's a pretty good melting pot of just ideas and people in general. Mm-hmm. And like, when you just told me that, my mind's fucking blown.
Yeah. Like, whatever. Like, I had an actual experience where one of my sister's friends, I don't know, she was probably like 13, wasn't allowed to come on like vacation with us because my mom and my future stepdad weren't married yet. Like, yeah. Weird shit like that. And it also showed me, like, it wasn't a Muslim town. It was a Christian town. And it also highlighted what, like, I don't prescribe to be a Christian. I don't really believe in that sort of Judeo-Christian situation. But I met, like, my grandparents are really good Christians. When somebody says good Christian, that's like what they mean. They're just like really good people. And like met a lot of people that people that profess to be Christian that are really good people. I've met a lot of people that profess to be Christian for an identity because they don't have an identity outside of that.
Yeah, I just can't believe like they treated little kids like that, man.
Yeah.
Like someone who had nothing to do with their mother being single. Someone like a kid who just wants love and friends and maybe needs some like Christian, right? Some like those good Christian people in their lives, right?
Like and it's not like my mom was like shooting dope either. Like, she was a really good lady. She's going to nursing school and living with her parents,
just dealing with her life,
living with my grandparents. Yeah, like just life had kind of, for whatever reason, kind of taken a shit on. Not so much taking a shit, but just an uncomfortable turn, and she dealt with it like an adult, right? And like went back to school and got a degree and fucking worked nights as a nurse with her chemo pump on, dude. Like, yeah, dude.
She's a trooper, man.
Yeah, she's great.
And it's really surprising that people are like that close-minded.
Yeah.
Right? Like, dude, she has kids and she's not married.
Yeah. Like, you guys just cheat on each other and hide it.
Yeah. They had sex out of wedlock.
Dude, there's this the town I grew up in, there's kind of like a two like kind of well-known families, and the father from one family and the mother from another family had an affair, and it kind of got out a little bit, so they got in front of it like good politicians and like went in front of the church, like in front of like service, like a full church, and were like, we're sorry, this is what happened. Like,
fuck that.
Yeah.
Mind your fucking business, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stay the fuck out of my life. Stay the fuck out of my marriage. I don't care if my wife cheated on me or I cheated on my fucking wife.
Business,
shut
dude.
the fuck up.
No, dude, it's that whole town's business. Jesus. And like, that's the part I don't miss, but there's like little small town shit, like letting your kids out at daylight, not worrying about where they are until the sun comes down, like that kind of shit. And we used to do crazy shit. Like my friend Jed was a lot older than us, and he got his driver's license. He was like a sophomore in high school. They used to play this game where you'd take like 2 or 3 people in the car, and you'd drive them like a mile outside of town, and then you'd have like 4 or 5 people on bikes in town, around town, and the people on foot had to make it to a designated spot without getting touched by one of the people on the bikes. And it was
That's dope.
Yeah. It was like really like good exercise and like problem solving, and like it's like a little special forces training that we were doing.
Some good life experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was last night. It was my night off, and I did another podcast with my cousin, and afterwards I cooked dinner, and I was watching The Ripper on Netflix, and it was really interesting. I haven't watched it all yet, but so basically this guy, The Ripper, is a serial killer, right? He's not Jack the Ripper, but they named him The Ripper.
Right.
The first murder was a well-known prostitute.
Yeah.
The second murder was like, she could be a prostitute, but basically they're just labeling like the first 4 murders like prostitutes to kind of like push it under the rug,
right?
And then the serial killer just started like murdering like little girls, and they're like,
no one cares,
right?
But once blonde-haired, fucking blue-eyed girls get killed, that's when they start caring.
Well, like that's the same thing with like you in that small community, right?
Yeah.
Like people pushed you away for that such a dumb reason, but like no one's caring about these women getting butchered with a screwdriver because they're labeled prostitutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like your mother, well, you weren't allowed to stay at people's houses because your mother was a single woman.
Yeah,
you know, it's just fucking insane.
Yeah. I listen to a number of true crime podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts in general. I have since I was a kid, because I would get like real lonely, right? And like it's hard for me to fall asleep in general. So that's what I do. I listen to podcasts when I go to sleep.
Me too, dude.
I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it like 5 years. And there's this. I don't know if you're familiar with My Favorite Murder. That's a podcast, 2 ladies. It's like one of the more popular true crime podcasts, and they're funny ladies. But
my girlfriend digs true crime podcasts.
I'm sure she's.
I haven't got into it.
Yeah, and it's a great listen. I'm gonna plug that podcast on your podcast.
Go ahead, plug it in, dude.
It's like one of the largest podcasts. It's like plugging the Rogan podcast. But yeah, and there's it's the guy that helped crack the Golden State Killer case. Paul Holes is his name, and then there's a true crime reporter. I can't remember his first name. Last name is Jensen, and they call this podcast Jensen and Holes. And they talk about like old cases, and they try to like crowdsource help with like cold cases.
I think I've actually listened to that one before.
Yeah, Jensen and Holes name of the podcast, great. But I listened to an episode where they theorized that there's a serial killer in the Columbus area, that's doing whatever he wants with sex workers, and then shooting them up with heroin, and he's killing them by like OD. Someone's just like, oh, another sex worker OD, it's so sad. And they think he's just like a prolific serial killer in the area. Like that was
he's just been doing it for years.
Yeah,
it's like he's going to work his 9 to 5.
Yeah, just preying on disenfranchised people and killing them away that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah, man. I think we're all capable of having narcissistic or even sociopathic tendencies.
Yeah,
but like having like psychopathic tendencies, that's just like for my brain to like think that way is just insane.
Yeah.
To be incapable of feeling like that you did something wrong or having empathy for the other person, like fuck, man.
There was a point in my life where like, you know, I did a lot of using and drinking, and that suppresses a lot of feelings, right? And I used to do that to avoid feelings too. And there was a point where I convinced myself that I was a psychopath. I was like, I think I'm a psychopath. So like look back at the things I've done to people I care about. I got them strangling hands too, brother.
You do, dude.
I got them big night hands, bro. And I was dating a girl. I dated this girl off and on. She's really great. From like 8th grade to like her sophomore year of high school or college. Yeah, like on and off, whatever.
You're a nester, dude.
I am, dude. What it is I was like, oh, one person likes me? I don't think anyone else is ever going to like me like this. I better hold on to her. She really like garbage the whole time. Sorry. Yeah, no, so there's the point where I turned to her and I'm like, you think I'm a psychopath? I was like, I honestly think I might be a psychopath. She's like, no, stupid, you're not a psychopath. Like, you clearly have feelings. I was like, oh, okay, I guess whatever that one. So I was trying to use that maybe as a way out.
Dude, you know what's even crazier, though, is like, psychotic breaks and mental illnesses is definitely a cause of fucking drug abuse and like alcoholism, and it's more commonly done so in men.
Yeah.
You know, men are usually the people from ages 20 to 30 who have like mass psychosis breaks and from using drugs, and then get schizophrenia or insert mental illness here because of their drug use or substance use, you know?
I had one clear psychotic break, like psychotic episode from drug use. This was the first time I had ever done Adderall, and I was snorting it, right? And I was doing it like it was cocaine. So like I didn't understand the difference. Man. Yeah, and I snorted like a lot. And I lost like 20 hours. I was in my room moving around furniture, looking for little pieces of orange in the carpet, bro. Yeah. I was like, this is unmanageable.
Dude, you know what's crazy is when I was real young, I remember in second grade they tried to get me on Adderall. Like in second grade, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And I actually... My teacher was, I don't know, if I tell the story I'll probably be lying a little bit because I only know like my recollection and what my mother tells me.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I did something wrong, and my teacher grabbed my broken arm and like pulled me. Oh my God. And I was just like screaming at her and like telling her to get off me. And I was like 8 years old. And ever since then, my mom went to like a parent teacher conference, and they were like, he needs to be on Adderall. And like, I like refused. My mom was like, why don't we just try it? I'm like, you shove that shit up your fucking ass, lady. I'm not taking your Fred Flintstones vitamins anymore.
I'm not taking your mind control pills, woman.
Yeah, dude. I was a pessimist, dude, starting out real young. Yeah. But like, years later, I'm like, damn, dude, I got even prescribed Adderall, dude.
My parents, I was on a different ADHD drug. It's called Concerta.
Ritalin?
Concerta. I don't know how that squares, but I know it's like at the stimulant make you not eat effect. And I was like an 80-pound fifth grader, and my dad was like, I don't understand why you're not gaining weight. It's probably like all the fucking...
You're burning it off, dude.
You're giving me. I used to do shit like eat like 4 scoops of ice cream before you go to bed. I'm like, I don't want to eat ice cream. Yeah, really hard childhood, but just large Frosties after football practice. Like, I don't want to eat more ice cream. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I probably should have been put on. I probably should have been on Adderall as a kid, but I really think a lot of times, man, especially in our society, they overprescribe.
100% they do. Yeah, and I think it's laziness in parenting and like teaching. I think they're like, little boys are fucking wild. Like that's what little boys do.
Yeah, man.
Like I don't understand why this 8-year-old kid can't sit still for 7 hours. Probably because he's a normal fucking kid. And they used to be able to play outside, right, and run their energy off. And now they're sitting here in front of this $80 Chromebook fucking trying to, like, figure out a new goddamn piece of software to answer questions about history that's made up anyway. You know what I mean? It's so arbitrary. A lot of the things I think we put kids through in school, it's so arbitrary and useless.
Don't you wish school like actually taught you something?
And mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell, brother. I know everything I need to know.
I mean, like, but like seriously, right? Like, I wish they would have like, and like, granted, like there are some high schools out there that like teach like a life class, but like they don't teach you about life. They don't teach you about how to be an adult. They just teach you like the bare minimum to like work in McDonald's.
Dude, a class I think it should be in every high school is boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Like people like well-intentioned people, like I know like I was a little maniac, like, right? Especially when I like started like having like intimate relationships with other girls. You heard me, other girls. I'm a girl.
That's right.
It's undercover girl. 6'6". And
great tits.
Great fucking just a healthy set on me, bro. That's why I wear all these big sweaters.
I've seen a lot of perky sets in my day.
Yeah, there's opiates in your bra, girl. 'Cause I see a perky set. Yeah, dude, like, and I like treated girls like shit because, like, I don't, it's one of those things where like we watch how our fathers treat women or whatever, kind of Freudian whatever. But Like, I didn't understand that I was treating people I cared about poorly, like I thought. Like, just mirroring what I see on TV or in pop culture or what I see other people in my life, like, treat women, especially, like, in my particular case. Believe it or not, I'm attracted to women. Yeah. I just wish I would have known.
I don't know, man. Like, for me, I love so deeply that when I like someone, like, I want to do everything right, and I want to, like... And like I didn't realize this growing up as a young man, as a young boy. I didn't understand that sometimes shit just don't work out, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like for me, I would like keep digging the hole deeper. Yeah. Like, how toxic can I get, dude?
Yeah. It took me a long time to like reconcile like caring about somebody and also understanding that this probably isn't the one.
Yeah.
Like, how do I, and it's just doomed for failure? No, it's that I just actually don't know what's going to happen. Most likely this isn't, but I should treat, regardless of what the reality of the situation is, like, I should treat every woman that I'm with like she's going to be my wife.
Yeah, and I was just such a hopeless romantic. Yeah. That, like, I kind of expected people to be as in like or as in love as I was. Mm-hmm. And when those expectations were crushed, I put on the other people. I was just like, my whole world's falling down, And like, people are always going to let you down. Yeah. Like, no one's perfect, know. Right. And that was something that was, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think a big part of my drug use stemmed from that story about that church. Yeah. And like getting me in the lifestyle. But for the most part, it was like bad breakups. Yeah. It was like I dated this girl for like 3 years in high school. Mm-hmm. And we broke up badly, and that was like my first love, and I was like, well, fuck the world. And then I found some girl who fucking I could sniff Percocets with, and I'm like, this is great. I love you. She's like, I love you too. I'm like, let's just do more drugs, right? Yes. And that lasted for like 4 more years, and so like I can really just, for me, looking back on my life, like, emotional feelings is not something I was prepped and primed to deal with as a young kid.
No, man. That's what I'm going to be like. I don't know. Thinking one day maybe I'm raising a little boy, and just all the things. I know you've had previous guests in the podcast talk about how they're raising, like, Jake Murphy. You're talking about how he raises his kid. I like respect the shit out of him for like the way him and Juan too is talking about how they're like crowd fathering their kid, like with like like that's kind of like modern, like the way we've been raising kids isn't working. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you got to think, man, it takes a village.
Yeah, it literally does.
Like from time immemorial, like when you were part of the tribe, like it wasn't just your parents who parented you, it was other people around you, the cousins, your brothers, your sisters, all everyone, and all encompassing, right? And like the scary thing is like looking back at like my role models, they were pop culture icons, first and foremost, and then they were my dad, and then they were my dad's shitty friends.
Just good Miller High Life drinking buds.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just NASCAR, Miller.
Goddamn, I love when they turn left.
And then like there was a point in my life too where like my dad was my hero, bro. Like my dad used to. I wanted a treehouse. Yeah. My dad's a carpenter. He built a fucking treehouse for me, right? My dad he's a good dad. Yeah. My dad ended up, going through some things. My mom and my dad went through some things, and he had an affair. Yeah. And instantly at 8 years old, I was like, he's not my dad.
Did the same thing. I mean? I did the same thing.
Yeah, I'm like this. He's not the man I thought he was. Yeah. He's a terrible person. Yeah. And so like that's the thing. Like I didn't know at 8 people make mistakes, and people are people. God.
There's a lot of ways that we're very similar, but I think we're different enough that it's interesting to talk to each other at the same time. I was thinking about this in the car on the way here. But my similar situation with my father, and I found out when I was a kid, there was some sort of situation like that. And I like demonized my dad. Like I picked my dad to be the parent to demonize because I'm a little boy. I'm not going to demonize my mother. You know what
dude,
I mean?
I love my fucking mom, dude.
Yes,
dude. My mom could do the same thing, and I'd still love her, dude, wholeheartedly.
Yeah, my mom has since passed away. It's been about 4 years ago. She passed away from cancer. And my first, like, when I was in Columbus getting treatment, I had a really good therapist. And one of the things that she, like, really was a big breakthrough for me was that, like, my mom's not perfect. Like, she was like, I hear you talk about your mother, and no person has ever been this perfect before. We did the whole, remember Clint Eastwood was on stage talking to the empty chair. It was Obama. I was on stage talking to the empty chair. It was my mother, dude. That's some therapy, bro.
Yeah, dude. I actually do that group, but it's about anger. So you're talking to the person you're most angry with.
Yeah.
And I usually get some pretty good results with that group.
Yeah, dude, that's the last thing I'll say about treatment at this place. One thing they did was family night, and it sounds great, but it's the worst. What happens is any family or like close people to you in your life, you might your therapist calls them and is like, here, we have this thing called family. I want you to write a letter of like everything you've ever wanted to say to your loved one or a good friend that's been using, right? And they come and you sit in a room full of everybody else in their family, and there's chairs in the middle of the circle of chairs, and they sit across from you and read the letter to you.
No, that's like intervention.
Yeah, dude. And it's some of the most impactful, and like it wasn't really even hearing my own letter read to me, because like I knew what they were going to say, you know what I mean? Like I did a lot of
knew
this.
What you did.
Yeah, I knew what I did. I was hearing other people that made me like, I thought my relationship with these people close to me was so fucked up, but like I made me grateful for my fucked up relationships. Like I was like, wow,
people still care about me.
Yeah,
people want the best for me.
Yeah,
people are here at family night like for me when they shouldn't be, or whatever the case may be, dude. And like that's the big disconnect that I had, which was like I thought everyone didn't care about me. But the truth was I was just, how could they care about me?
Protecting themselves.
Yeah. You know what I mean? How could they really care about me when, like, my mom, I know my mom has so much guilt and shame for me. Mm-hmm. Like, years later, she'll just, if I don't text her, she'll be like, are you okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I know what that is. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know I made her feel that way. I can't even be mad at her for feeling that way, because I'm the one who fucking did that shit to her.
Yeah. One of the, in recovery, you talk about playing the tape through, right? Thinking about those painful moments, not just the romanticizing our use, right? And I think about my mother on her deathbed. One of the last things she was concerned about was that I wasn't going to be able to take care of myself or my sister. My sister is a couple years younger than me. And she was literally like afraid to die, because she thought there'd be a situation in which I would be responsible for my sister. And yeah. And like I can look at that and like dwell on that and get worked up and sad, like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit. But I'm not a piece of shit now. And my sister's doing big things, dude. She lives by herself in Chicago with this awesome boy. They're pretty committed to each other.
You're kind of freaking me out there for a second. I didn't know what you're going to say, dude.
No. And yeah. I just mean, like, you know, this is that living amends they talk about. I'm making a living amends.
Yeah, dude. It's like, until you get to that point in your life, it's really hard to see that other side when you're in addiction, and to like see the side that we're on. And then some people, it took a while for me to get to where I was at, and sometimes people just want this shit overnight, bro. And like, bro, it's not gonna happen overnight, dude.
Process, dude.
Yeah, man. And
it kills me, like, when people talk about like relapse is a part of recovery. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be a part of your recovery, but it most likely will be a part of your recovery. But I will never ever tell somebody that relapse is part of recovery, especially if they're first time, because you fucking give somebody a way out.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Like, it's like, oh, well, this isn't my real time. This is just, I'm figuring it out. No, you know what I mean? Because when I went to detox the first time when I was 18, I just have everybody tell me that, like, oh, well, you're not done yet. You're only 18.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I hate?
What?
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
Who's ever fucking ready?
Yeah.
Who's ever like, dude, I'm going to stop fucking using drugs for the rest of my life. I'm not going to drink any beers. I'm done, dude. Like, I did not come to rehab like, oh man, I'm I'm definitely ready for this. No, dude, I was 22. I was in a room full of old men who were telling me how to live my life. I was not ready for this shit, dude. I was like, dude, get the fuck away from me. I used to think recovery was fucking corny, and then I realized, right? And this is what still baffles me today, and like kind of like why I have some trouble like having empathy for people, and especially young men. Is I used to think the life that I lived was cool, right? Like I used to enjoy it, right? And I got into something better, a better lifestyle, a better way of life. And I was like, this is fucking corny, right? But I'm the fucking loser. You know, like I'm a loser.
I'm Mr. Corn,
but I'm a cornball, right? Like
fucking cornball.
like look at these old guys living successful lives. Look at these people having you know, whole families and members of societies and good careers. But I'm a homeless living in a recovery house. And that's lame.
Yeah, dude, that I see people have such a hard time separating themselves from that lifestyle, that using that hitting licks, that going out and going to a place and not knowing how you're going to get back. And like, you know, I mean, that stuff it's intoxicating to a point of view. I had a really white bread using experience. Like I didn't steal a lot of stuff. Like, I understand, like, everybody's bottom's different, and my bottom was definitely my fucking bottom. But, like, you
got a nice bottom.
I have fucking tight ass, dude. And
the thing's great, dude.
Which I think is a cool point of view to have, where I can talk to somebody who's still got their job, they're still in the union, they still this, still that, still got their kids, I still got my car, and I hear people say that to disqualify themselves a lot of times, and I'm like, yo, I fucking, you know, like I kept a lot of stuff. I got a lot of these relationships still, like but I just fucking, you know, one day at a time. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but I'm very fortunate. I'm a really lucky guy.
Yeah, man. I think people definitely equate substance use, and this is like the public, so not even just people who are struggling with substance use, but just people who are in the public. They're like there's people out there, bro, who have definite substance issues with alcohol and hard drugs, but they don't, or even prescribe medications.
Oh, God.
And they don't even think they have a problem, right? No. They think it's okay. They justify it. They rationalize it in their head. But it's like, yo, bro, you wake up with the shakes.
Yeah.
You feel shitty after you wake up from a hard night of drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't feel good if you don't take your special pills.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? See the writing on the wall before it's too late.
The Xanax and wine moms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those people, the same people like in society, equate like substance use with homelessness.
Yeah.
And you know, disenfranchised people and low income. Like, no, bro. Some of the hardest alcoholics and drug addicts I know come from wealth.
Got clean with millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate the term high bottom, low bottom. High bottom drunk, low bottom drunk, or addict, or whatever, because it's disqualifying by nature. But like, it's important for, I think, people that are quote unquote high bottom, whatever, like, you know, got sober with shit. They still had some shit. It's important for them, I think, to share their message, because, like, not to take anything away from anybody that, like, you know, pulled themselves up from a cardboard box. And like, I hear a lot of those stories, and a lot of those people are my friends. And like, but I think it's important for everybody that has even a slightly unique experience with drugs and alcohol and getting sober to share their story. And we only keep what we give away, right?
As a man, I feel like I was drawn to drugs and alcohol because I think in our society we upplay sex and drugs and alcohol as a rite of passage. Yeah. Right? So,
the first beer with your dad.
Yeah, the first beer with your dad, your first kiss from your girlfriend, you know, the first time you guys have sex, you know, the first party you go to, you know, and here's the real thing, right? For a long time, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. You know, I felt like as a young man growing up in a world that I didn't ask to be in, I didn't understand that I didn't have a purpose. And drugs and alcohol gave me some sense of purpose, some sense of commonality with people. Bro, I remember being 13, I smoked my first joint, right? And the only reason I did it, because I was against drugs and alcohol my whole life. And the only reason I did it is because my girlfriend told me she was going to break up with me if I smoked weed. That's literally the only reason I smoked weed. I was like, you're going to break up with me? I'm smoking a fucking joint.
I'll show you.
Yeah. That was like
I'm going to eat
time.
all the Doritos.
And I didn't even want to do it, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get high my first time. I had to smoke weed 2 times, right? Because
too.
after the first time, I was like, dude, I got to try again. I mean, I already tried once.
Might as well.
She already broke up with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember my first time smoking like 4 like small little like pieces of shake in a volleyball field bathroom, like at this Christian college where I grew up. The sick part about those bathrooms, bro, is they were heated year round. Like there were nobody around, dude. So you had these like heated little shelters, and feeling nothing. And then cut to like a month later, my friend and I, he would buy glass boring drill bits off Amazon.
Yeah.
And we'd make our own bongs. We'd do it with like a soda bottle or a beer bottle, or buy cheap vases at Goodwill and buy down stems. So we'd like make our own bongs. We thought we were fucking like stoner MacGyvers.
You ever smoked fucking Reggie out of a fucking pop can?
Yeah. Dude, I smoked Reggie out of a pop can like a year ago. Driving around, dude, fucking smashing my
You were
Red Bull
smoking
cans.
Reggie a year ago?
I don't know. I don't listen. I've as long as I've been alive, the weed's kind of always been good. Like I'm a young buck, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It was like the brown frown back when I was coming up, dude.
Mexican bricks of weed.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You had to pay. It was the brown, dude. It was just fucking brown brick weed, dude.
Yeah.
And there were so many seeds, dude. There's so many seeds, and only certain people who you would let break up the weed because, like, bro, you don't want no fucking seed in your fucking your Swisher sweet.
Sticks.
Yeah, dude. I tell you what, dude. Before I got sober this last time, dude, I was smoking weed. Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember. So this is actually how I relapsed for the first time. My the girl I was living with at the time was like the Betty Crocker of weed treats.
Yeah.
And my fat ass seen a plate of brownies.
These for me?
And I ate them, dude. I ate one, dude. And she was like, dude, that's got some weed in it. And I'm like, oh fuck, dude. so you know what my ass did? I went to her fridge because I didn't feel anything an hour later, and she had a whole tub of weed butter.
Oh yeah.
And I got a big spoonful, dude, and I ate it.
Rub it on your face.
I walked back, sat down. An hour later, I still don't feel anything. I come back, but this time I grab like a spatula. I grab like a spatula, bro, and I eat the whole spatula. I mean, it's a big fucking bite, dude. And then like 45 minutes later, I became a Dare commercial, dude. I was just melting into the couch, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't move, dude. For 12 hours, I was just stuck on a couch thinking about time, space, reality, and the continuum.
It's all a construct, man.
And dude, weed makes me feel like weed makes me think about terrible things that I've done, dude. Weed's like, hey buddy, you know you stole from your fucking grandma, you piece of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Hey buddy, you know you're homeless right now and you're living at some girl's house eating her weed butter.
Weed is my least favorite drug. I really didn't ever smoke a ton of weed. I remember one time being like 17, being with my friend, we would make our MacGyver bongs together and smoking weed. Smoking so much weed that I was laying there on the floor and I forgot what clothes were. I didn't think I was naked. Here's what happened. I'm laying there. I'm like, what? It's the shit all over my body. All this fuzzy shit. What the fuck? I was like, oh yeah, clothes. It's like the most stoner thing I've ever done.
Oh my god, dude. I used to enjoy smoking weed, but when I went and ate that weed butter, I haven't done it in so long, dude. Mm-hmm. My brain just wasn't ready to get fucked like that, dude. And then I kept trying to like smoke weed after that, and it was just worse. Because it was so strong.
Yeah.
The paranoia was just setting in, dude. I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta do some opiates, dude. I gotta come down from this, dude.
Yeah.
And I've never been much of a cocaine or upper kind of guy, so
I love cocaine. It just doesn't love me back. Bro, I've done it opiates like a time or two, and I just get sleepy and a little itchy, and like it just doesn't flip my flipper like sweet lady cocaine does, dude.
Dude,
It's so fucked up. like, I remember I used to work at car dealerships. I worked a number of different jobs at car dealerships. And then this one job, I heard about this guy that would do cocaine from time to time. I'm like, oh, that's the cocaine guy. And I'd never tried it. So I was like, hey, dude, I'm going to give you $50 on this Friday. And then on Monday when we come back to work, I'll get it from you. And that was Friday. My mom died that weekend. Like, suddenly. It was fast. We thought we had more time. And so it was like a number of days before I went back and picked it up. But I got that from him. And then he was like, oh, here's some free ecstasy pills. I know your mom died. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes.
He said that to you?
These are good. I don't sell these. They're from the Netherlands. I get them online. Yeah. It was like his condolence. Like, here's this MDMA for your...
Enjoy this.
Yeah. And I fucking did. It's my only good MDMA experience.
Dude, one time I went to a party and a girl was stuffing Molly in her vagina.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, it was wild.
Did
dude.
you propose to her right then?
No, dude. It was crazy. So there's this, like, it's not as bad as Columbus.
Yeah.
But University of Toledo definitely gets crazy.
Yeah.
And I was in the Georgetowns, dude, and it was wild. Shout out Cody Palmer, dude.
Shout out CP, baby.
CP was one time the biggest Molly dealer in Toledo.
No joke.
And I swear
He
to
looks
God,
like it,
dude. Dude, I swear to God, dude. I didn't realize who he was for like a year and a half after I met him in recovery. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. It was insane, dude. I was like, no. I was like, no way. That was you.
Do you have a sick street nickname?
No, dude. It's Cody. That's all his fucking name was,
Gator.
dude. So I would go to the fucking Georgetown, dude, and they would throw bangers over there at these apartments, dude.
Yeah.
But I'll never, like, if I went there early mornings to cop some weed or something, it would, from like the night before, it would just be, I remember literally watching from the dopamine withdrawal people were having from going like 3 days straight. There would just be Molly zombies licking everything that Molly was on, and they're just crazy, and there's people passed out sleeping everywhere, and it was nuts, dude. It was probably one of the worst things I've ever seen, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. There's like, hangovers suck, and I don't know. I think that Molly come down and that Coke come down are the worst, bro. I've never, like I said, I'm not an opiate guy, so I haven't done the dope sickness, and I see the dope sickness, and it's got to be worse. But fuck, that sucks. And I'll do it over and over again and be like, I don't understand why I feel that.
I do cocaine and instantly hate myself.
Yeah.
I do cocaine and instantly like, wow, I find my life sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
feeling it. I'm having flashbacks, bro. I don't have flashbacks.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
dude. I'm sorry.
Well, keep playing that tape through. It's good. It's a good reminder. Play that tape through.
Yeah, brother. Dude. Fucking. I only smoked crack once for like a year straight, dude.
Right. I never smoked crack, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. It's just it was.
You're not missing out.
Yeah, I was in that car dealership drug culture, so we didn't smoke crack. We just snorted it like polite socialites, dude.
Yeah, dude, did a little key bump or something, dude.
Listen, bro, I was doing a lot, but I wasn't doing key bumps. You familiar with Mr. Joey Diaz?
Yeah,
he and I do coke similar.
Okay, so you're just a monster.
Yeah.
You're just a monster cokehead, dude.
Dude, just the worst. And like, people around me are like, "Oh, I do coke too. Let's do coke together." And then they're like, "Jesus!" Like, that's how I knew I had a drug problem,
dude. So I don't even like really do coke or crack at the time, but I was working some shitty job, and I'm on the way home from work. I think I was doing like landscaping, and there was this old guy at this gas station I pulled up into, and I'm a full blown addict at this point in my life. Yeah. Like I'm doing heroin and all types of shit. Yeah. And there was this old guy in a truck, and he goes, "You do landscaping?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah, sure,
yeah." He goes, and so he struck up a weird conversation with me. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to smoke at my house, like right up the road. Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "No, okay, sure, dude. I'll smoke a blunt with you or something." You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so I go over there and we're smoking a blunt. He's like, "Dude, do you know where I can get crack?" And I'm like, "I thought you would never ask." Dad? I'm like, "Yes, I know where to get crack, right?"
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's like, how much should we get? And I'm like, I don't know, dude, like $100. You know what I mean? I don't got no money. And so like this created like a 2-day event where the first time he gave me $100, I bought him some crack, but I also got myself some heroin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so he came back and he smoked his crack, and I smoked a little bit of crack with him, and then he wanted more.
Yeah.
And I was like, $100, dude. You know what I mean? It's got to be
50s.
It's got, yeah, dude. It had to be 100. I'm like, dude, it's $100, dude. It's $100. And it's like a day and a half at this guy's house. It's Sunday, and he's still smoking rocks, right? And it's getting to the point where like I'm getting weirded out by this guy.
Yeah, like, when is he gonna try to kiss me?
Dude, he's like thinking I'm like stealing his crack. It's like I mean, I didn't steal your crack. I took your money, but I gave you crack.
It's different, bro.
Yeah, and so he's like thinking like, oh no, and he's going on a tangent. And he's freaking out, dude. And he's like, what was that? You know, and he's just going crazy. And I'm like what? Yeah. And he's like, there's something outside. Okay. He grabs his pistol. Oh, yeah. And he's like a country cornbread motherfucker, dude. You know, he's got a mullet but no side shaving. You know what I mean?
Praisdale, bro.
Praisdale. He's got a real tree camo hat on. He's in his fucking white t-shirt with beer stains and a fucking, you know, a couple basketball shorts on. And he's running outside with a gun. And he comes back in like, where are these motherfuckers at? And dude, I left. I hightailed it the fuck out of there.
Yeah, dude. Did you take anything with you, bro?
I actually did. Like halfway through the crack binge, he was showing me this old like this like locked Apple iTouch.
Yeah.
Like not the iPods, but like it's an iPod, but it's an iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And they were pretty fancy back in the day, and he was showing it to me, and he wanted me to unlock it for him. Like, oh yeah, I can unlock that for you, dude.
I'll take it with me. I'll bring it back.
Yeah, unlocked, bro. I'll fucking let Apple know, dude. I got it right now, dude. Yeah, so I took that, and he knew it too. He was like, "Before you leave, I need my iTouch back." And I was like, "Dude, I gotta go get it fixed for you, man." And he just bought into it. I never seen the guy again. Shout out to that guy, dude. I hope he's doing good, dude.
Do you remember his first name?
No, I don't.
I bet it was something like Jerry.
He was like an enigma in my brain, dude. I'm not even sure if it really happened.
Yeah, dude. I didn't, I don't want to necessarily make this whole thing a drunk-a-log or whatever they call it in the big book. But, so there's a spider. It's called the Brazilian wandering spider. We were talking earlier about a medication and its certain side effects called a priapism or a priapism.
Yeah, what's a priapism? You weren't telling me what it is.
It's a forever boner, essentially.
What would you do with a forever boner?
Go to the hospital.
Go to Jared's.
Go to the Jared's. It's forever. Le'Veon chocolate boner. Let me look at the exact...
Can I get this resized?
Yeah. Can I get this? Is there any way you can make this bigger while it's like this? Yeah, let me look at it.
He's looking up what a priapism is.
It's either priapism or priapism. I'm not sure the exact correct definition because I know there's a lot of doctors listening to this podcast. Priapism is unwanted, persistent erection. It may occur spontaneously or from certain antidepressants or erectile dysfunction drugs. Options for treatment include draining blood from the penis and medication to restrict blood flow to the penis. So that's horrible. So there's a spider called the Brazilian wandering spider, and it's in the family of armed spiders.
That's a scary spider.
That's a scary spider, bro. If it bites you, that is one of the things it does to every dude it's ever bitten. It gives you one of them forever boners, dude.
No.
Yeah, and it'll kill you. People die from like blood clots in the
boner.
in the Johnson.
Yeah. No, yeah, dude.
Yeah, because you're in. You're not in the. Presumably, you're not in a well-populated, close to a hospital area when you get bitten by the boner spider, dude.
There are so many crazy things out there,
bro. You get bitten by the boner spider. I think I have them in Toledo.
I got the boner bug.
That was a fact that I thought of earlier. I was saving for the podcast.
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Have you ever took a Viagra?
No, dude.
Neither have I.
No.
Not one, dude.
I get... I'm okay.
Okay, I believe you. I fucking believe you, dude.
But I'm a chronic overthinker, right? I have this anxiety in my mind that really doesn't ever want to stop going, and I can think myself out of the boner for sure.
Dude, that is something that I can definitely do if the mood's not right.
Yeah.
and something seems off, I can't get into it.
I can't get back into it too if I get sucked out of it.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? Like, I don't know. I thought about a puppy, and no, it's just not going to work. I'm sorry. You're great. You're really great.
She's just crying. She's just, pretty. You don't like me.
No, just talk about my grandma. Don't worry about it. Yeah. My overthinking knows no bounds.
Yeah, that is a pretty awkward situation to be in with a woman, dude. Because, like, especially, like, dude, we're dudes. We want to fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we do not want to get a boner.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's also, you were talking about those, like, societal constructs and this emphasis that we put on, like, virility and, like sexual effectiveness. And that, like, if I'm not ready to go all the time, then I'm not a man. Like, no, actually, really, I'm just a fucking sad boy.
I'm just thinking about my grandma, man.
Just think about Nana. I'm not really. I'm going to put this on my social media. So, Grandma, you're probably going to at least try to listen to this. And sorry about all the drugs. And now the boner talk.
Well, I don't know, dude. I think. I'm sorry. That was just such a weird prelude, dude.
It was a little segue for Nana, dude.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry, Nana. Sorry, Nana. You make me feel like I gotta apologize now. You make me feel guilty about this, dude. Jeez, dude. No, like, honestly, I feel like that wouldn't be the worst effect. We were talking about trazodone, weren't we?
Yeah.
That's not that bad. I mean, if you got to get it dealt with, you got to get it dealt with. But
yeah, I mean, it's better than a medication that stops you from having them, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Does medication
stop you from? Yeah, a lot of people. And once again, not a doctor, so don't quote
He's
me.
definitely a doctor.
I'm definitely a doctor.
He could definitely play in Grey's Anatomy.
I ain't no gynecologist, but I'll take a look. No, a lot of SSRIs, antidepressants, will keep you from reaching the finish, boys and girls. That seems like a fate worse than death, brother. I guess I'm just gonna be sad,
dude. Can you imagine fucking trying to take a medication to not be sad, but then you can't fucking go to completion?
Dude.
Talk about being sad.
Talk about being extra sad.
Dude.
I don't know.
I've never took prescribed medication. I refused it.
Really?
I've refused it outright. I'll tell you why. One of the solid reasons I was in detox and I just kept taking Seroquel.
Yeah, the quill.
And then I got out of detox and they weren't giving me no Seroquel because I told them not to.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep for 21 fucking days.
Oh, for real?
Literally, bro, could not sleep. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing to myself?
Yeah.
And I know some people actually need medication too. So, by all means, take your medication if it's prescribed, dude. But
yeah. I needed it. I didn't realize. I think that was a piece that was missing from my early recovery attempts. I think was proper psych medication, because I don't take it anymore. But I was taking it up to probably a month ago, and I got about 7 months clean. But it really levels out. I can sit in my head with my thoughts and not just be driven mad. And
dude,
that was a new thing.
Your mind is a scary fucking place, dude.
My mind is a scary fucking place.
My mind, but
in there,
all minds in general are scary places to be, dude.
Bro.
Especially when you live in your head, man. Because if you're anything like me, dude, your brain's just firing off in 1,000 thoughts in a second, dude, and it's just rumbling around there, and you're like, nope, shut up. Okay, I like that one. No, but no.
If there was able, if it was a possibility to broadcast my thoughts, on some sort of live stream, I'd be committed. I would be committed, dude. I would be pink slipped, bro. They'd be like, he's insane.
Are you ever gonna get that Neuralink from fucking Tesla, dude?
Yup. I'll do it, dude. I ain't scared of shit. I ain't scared of Skynet. Plug me into Skynet, bro. I'm here for it. Dude, I want to be able to think my car on, dude. I want to do
You're here for all that, dude?
I'm here for it. Plug me in, bro. I ain't scared.
You want to be plugged into the Matrix?
Early adopter, dude. Put that chip in my fucking brain.
Early adapter.
Dude. Early Dad pressure you that really down there.
Dude. I don't know, man. I like the pessimism. It's just like no. Like the parts of me that watch bad movies, I'm just like, no, that's not a good thing.
Yeah,
that's not a good thing, dude. Will Smith, Robot, The Matrix.
Elon Musk pay me $1,500 a month or something. Fucking
He probably
trials,
won't pay
dude.
you,
I'll
dude.
slide a whole bunch of. I won't see if I die, and you can put a fucking MacBook Pro on my back, dude. I don't give a fuck. I want to have an access panel. Can you give me an access panel?
I think the technology is like, I think it's like promising, but like if we use it the right way. And, you know, I don't want to see I don't want to see higher integration of technology, and then more like, dude, you can't even talk to some people, bro.
Yeah,
some people are so involved in their cell phone and like social media and like, I'm a content creator.
Well, yeah.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck off.
Sprite pays you to take off your pants, you piece of shit.
yeah, dude.
Put your feet away, Sandra.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know anybody named Sandra that takes her feet out. I'm sure there's a girl named Sandra that does, but get
like
it, baby.
And subscribe.
Get it, baby. Like and subscribe.
Leave a comment if your name's Sandra.
If your name's Sandra and you show your feet for money, call me.
Acrolabscast@gmail.com.
Just kidding. No, I see, like, you're talking about, like technology integration, like biotech and stuff. I see that widening a divide, like a socioeconomic divide. Like, especially when these things, like your robot heart lets you live to your fucking 130 or whatever. And there's going to be some people who cannot afford robot hearts. They're not going to live to be 130. And that's going to sway, like, you know, these people who are, for whatever reason, able to access this technology, whatever makes you live longer, makes you run faster, jump higher, they're going to be fucking more, you know, they're going to be making the decisions.
And the rich is literally going to get richer.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be living longer, so they're able to make more money.
Yeah.
Like, that's the crazy thing, right?
Yeah.
Is like, is this not looking good for us poor people on that divide? And then I'll say the argument will be like, well, once technology gets mass produced and then
it'll be cheap.
Yeah. Fuck. No, it's not.
It won't.
Magic Johnson still got fucking AIDS. How is he still fucking alive?
Yeah,
huh?
I'm waiting for chemo to be cheap. Yeah, I feel like that was probably something they said when they invented chemotherapy.
Do you think they found a cure for cancer?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I think there's some, if not a cure, like holistic methods that really help a lot that they would be doing their best to keep. But then again, like, don't smoke catnip. You know what I mean?
I can't really talk about it because I don't want to get her in trouble, but I'm friends with a scientist who told me that she literally has made the cure for cancer before.
For real?
Yeah. And that the government bought the patent for it, or she worked for a university and they bought the patents for it.
That's what Uncle Sam does with your check, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Like, fucking,
like,
yeah.
And like, that's the thing, right? Is like, here's a real thing. And I know your mom has cancer, dude. I know your mom passed away from cancer. My heart goes out to you, man, because I can't even imagine my mom dying. I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm driving in my car and I think about it and I cry.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
But like, the doctors in the medical institution play like this real weird thing where they go like, cancer survivor.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times they go into remission, but they come back.
Yeah.
Right. Like the survival rate 6 to 10 years or whatever the case, whatever the survival rate is, but they still end up getting it again at some point throughout their life. And it's like, with chemo and with radiation and the technology that we have nowadays, are we fixing the problem? You know what I mean? Or are we just treating the symptoms?
Yeah, treating the symptoms and extending whatever kind of life, whatever quality that life's going to be. I don't know, man. I thought, like, man, if I get something degenerative like that, like, I'm not taking anything. Like, I want to go with, like, my dignity, right, on my own terms, and I don't want to have my teeth falling out of my head, my hair falling out and puking, and like,
I would get surgery, but I definitely wouldn't go for like, if they're like, okay, we can cut it out of you, I'm like, okay, cut it out of me.
Yeah, and like, the other side of me sees that as being selfish too. Like, I just don't want to be uncomfortable, but I've got these people that maybe at this point in my life rely on me, right? I barely rely on me now, but at a certain point, you know, I don't know, man, that's a tricky one.
You know, a lot of countries are not a lot, but a few countries are okaying self-euthanasia.
Yeah, Australia being one of them.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to go when you want to go.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, listen, I think it does more damage for someone to, like, of course, I think you should, like, be in therapy and, like, talk to some people about it before that decision gets made. But, like, the stigma behind suicide And like killing yourself, like dude, what if someone wants to kill themselves bad enough and they fucking drive their car into like a cement pillar on the highway? Now you're putting other people's lives in risk.
Right.
You're jumping off of bridges. Like, who knows what can happen? And like, that's like the real thing here is like, is it okay? Do we like the thought that people might want to do it? I know I don't like the thought. I don't like that thought that people are willing to kill themselves. And die by suicide. But the truth is, are they going to do it anyways if they really want to do it? Yeah.
Probably at a certain point, yeah. I don't know. It's a tricky one because, I don't know. I have people in my life now, and I've had people in my life that I really care about that really struggled with that feeling at one point or another, and I'm really glad they're not dead, you know what I mean? At the same time, like, if you've got, you're at the end stages of MS or some, like, Lou Gehrig's disease, I think you should be able to go out on your own terms. I don't think you should have to drown in a hospital bed, you know what I mean?
MS sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Just lose control of your body.
Shout out to The West Wing. I've been watching The West Wing. It's on Netflix. It's terrific, and President Bartlett has MS. It weighs on my mind a lot.
Really?
Martin Sheen, yeah, dude.
I just got really sad.
Well, from Apocalypse Now to President Bartlett, what a fucking what an actor,
dude. I love Apocalypse Now.
It's so good.
That's one of my favorite. Not a lot of people feel the same way I do about Apocalypse Now.
Well, not a lot of people are men of culture like us.
Dude, I literally, like, when he's freaking out in the hotel, I'm like, yes, dude, I understand that.
Well, I'm sure you know the story behind it, but he was actually freaking out in that hotel room.
No, I don't know the story behind it.
He got blind drunk, and they wanted to stop filming, but he was like, listen, lock me in this room, start the cameras, and don't fucking stop until, like, I'm out of energy. He cuts himself on that mirror when he punches the mirror.
That's a real cut.
He actually cuts himself. Like, he went full, like, method drunk guy.
No.
Yeah.
That makes it 10 times as better, dude.
Doesn't it?
That makes it 10, dude. Yeah, no, he embodied that role, man.
Yeah.
Like, he really did. Like, it didn't seem fake to me. It didn't seem like just a character on a movie.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Hollywood nowadays, man, is these characters they're making for movies, I really feel like they fit a certain pre-type or a certain caricature.
It's like all like a certain type. Like, this is the movie where this guy has this happen to him, and it's just you just take out the people and plug in different people, and it's slightly different.
Yeah, man, and like I see it even with like I don't know, I see it with like women roles too, and like this is the woman who hates men and is successful, and this is the white rich man, and this is the black guy who comes from poverty and overcomes. And it's like, dude, can we just have real people?
Yeah.
Like, can we just have like legitimate like roles? Like, I want
about how sick of fucking white savior movies I am. Like The Blind Side, or like something where like, oh, this person of color is in poverty and these white people raise them up and they're so successful now. Thank you, white people.
Thank you so much for helping this poor black person.
That's my Ariana Huffington. I don't know if you know who she is, but that was my best Ariana Huffington impression.
No, I agree, dude. Like the Sandra Bullocks, the movies, and what else is there, dude? There's a lot of those movies. One of my favorite. You know what I just watched recently?
What's that?
7.
Oh God, it's good,
dude. God. I haven't watched it before.
What's in the box,
dude? I knew it the whole time, but like my girlfriend wouldn't tell me. Yeah. Like I knew it, dude. At first,
it's Gwyneth Paltrow's fucking head.
Yeah, dude.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So like when the movie first, like the first hour of the movie rolled. Yeah. And Morgan Freeman was like kind of like sitting down with like some part of me was like, okay, this is probably Morgan Freeman's probably the serial killer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then as the movie went on, and like she had the conversation with Morgan Freeman about having a baby, I'm like, dude, they're gonna murder her. And like immediately when I watched that part, I'm like, she's dying.
Oh, she's gonna die.
She's dead.
We're not gonna see that baby.
And when Morgan Freeman opened that box and he's telling the helicopter, "Get away from here! Get away from here!"
And it's so dramatic.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
You know who else was fucking really good in that movie? Kevin, dude.
Kevin.
Is that his name? Kevin. What's his full name? Fucking dude. I don't know. I think
Brad Pitt.
No, not Brad Pitt. The serial killer.
Who? I don't know. I don't know who it plays in the serial killer.
I'm gonna look it up right now. 7. Let's see. 7 actors. Kevin Spacey.
Oh shit,
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was as a I felt like he was a serial killer in that movie. I was like, okay, I can see that, dude.
Dude, like I get that Kevin Spacey's canceled for a good reason, I think.
Yeah, me too.
He's a bad fucking dude.
Yeah, he's pretty.
But goddamn if I haven't watched all of House of Cards twice since.
Dude, listen, that's like a perfect role for him, man.
God,
it really
so good.
And what's worse is he was probably doing some of that stuff in real life.
Someone's getting diddled.
Dude, he was probably doing some of that sketchy shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
There's also something about somebody telling me that I'm not allowed to watch something anymore that makes me want to watch it.
Dude, that was my whole life, dude.
Don't touch the stove, it's hot. But how hot
Dude,
is a real motherfucker?
My mom used to not want me to watch MTV.
Yeah.
VH1.
Yeah.
She used to be like, you can't watch South Park. I watched it all.
My parents let me watch everything within reason, and I think it was a good thing. Like, it made very few things were made taboo, and like there's not a mystical aspect around anything that I wasn't allowed to see or do. Like, I mostly got to experience whatever I wanted within reason, which is cool.
South Park is my favorite like TV show to watch. Currently, since I was growing up, but I as a kid I did not notice the political undertones that they did so well in there.
That show's smart.
Yeah, like literally, like it took me a long time to realize how much, how clever their dialogue and their TV shows and scripts were. You know what I mean? I thought it was just like Britney Spears,
yeah.
You know what I mean, cutting her hair off, and it was like hilarious. But like really, like there were some nice undertones there. Same with Rick and Morty.
Yes, Rick and Morty's
canceled,
dude. I fucking hate people like Rick and Morty's stupid. I think you might be the stupid one if you don't get the jokes.
No, dude.
I'm just elitist with my humor.
Yeah, dude. They watch Family Guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When do you watch The Simpsons?
Right. How does The Simpsons get away with one brown guy for that long? And then all of a sudden they were like, wait,
there's more.
There's more.
It's 2020. That's what I'm saying. That's like what Hollywood does. It's like, dude, they're just doing it to be cool.
Yeah, dude.
And I think we should incorporate ethnicities and different cultures into movies and films. But like, don't do it because of public pressure.
Do it because it's what you should have been doing all along.
Yeah. Don't make a movie about ethnicities, upcoming terrible things just because it's 2020 and you want to stir the pot.
It's like being like, oh, she's a lady mayor. Like, no, she's just the mayor. Like, let's stop. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been this way the whole time. Yep. So we're gonna act like it's been this way the whole time.
Yeah, man. And I think it's really funny, because like, I was listening to kind of like Kevin Hart kind of talk about this, where like, some of the roles he fit in and like would only get in Hollywood. And it's like a commonplace thing where like back in the day, Hollywood would only give you certain roles for being a certain color or for being a woman or for whatever the case may be. And I don't know. That's honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm kind of a pop culture hater.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's certain golden eras of pop culture.
Yep.
Like early 2000s is fucking tight.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude. Obviously, like 90s, like grunge. Like, God, I was born too late, bro. If I could have...
I grew up in that day.
Really, if I could have grown up with my parents, it would have been ideally. Like, my dad was born like 74 or something like that. So, like in college, high school in the 90s. And I think that was the golden era for a lot of things. I think the world was just the right amount of small still.
Yeah.
Like the internet was affecting things in a positive way, but it didn't give us this feeling that we're all so connected, but we're all so alone.
I'm an AIM baby.
You're an AIM baby.
Yeah, dude. I grew up when I was like 13. I had an AIM. And you had to wait for dial-up connection, dude. Ugh. You couldn't just get on the internet.
I've never had dial-up my whole life. I've always had high-speed internet in my house. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong later, Dad, but I'm pretty sure we've always had high-speed internet.
Yeah, no, dude. I've had my phone plan so long through AT&T. I pay like $40 a month for like unlimited everything. Please don't raise my rates.
Oh my God, AT&T!
Please don't raise my rates.
Filming from an undisclosed location.
But yeah, dude, I remember I had a fucking Motorola Razr.
Fuck yeah.
F15, dude.
Remember when they were $800, dude.
No,
They were fucking expensive.
They were
phones,
$800?
dude. They were like expensive ass phones. I mean, just like, you know,
I got my
fucking
mom's
fact check
burner,
that.
dude. I had a pink Razor at 15.
Jamie, pull that up. Still waiting,
Dude, when I would get nudes on that Razor, dude, it'd be so pixelated, dude. I'd be like,
dude.
wow, that's what it looks like, dude.
I wasn't getting news till, I don't know. This was a long time before somebody saw it fit to send me a nude.
I used to talk to the Central Catholic girls here in Toledo, and they all got Apple MacBooks for going to, yeah,
They got the
dude.
good webcam.
Yeah, they got the good webcams. You want to Skype, dude? Now they're just zooming away, dude. No one's using Skype,
Zooming.
dude. What the fuck happened to Skype, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the worst. I think, you know what I think? Their downfall is that dumbass fucking ring noise. You know that, like, really, like, you know, the Skype. Doo, 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 boop, boop. That one sucks. I hate it. It's like the noise that a certain era Fords make when the doors open. Doo, 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 doo.
Have you ever been on Omegle?
Yeah.
I've experienced some crazy
I've
things on Omegle.
I've seen a lot of penises I didn't want to see. Some I did. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding, Anna.
Just kidding, Anna. Sorry about the back on dicks.
You never left, you motherfucker,
Nah, dude, I'm fucking...
Dude, Omegle.
Got a priapism of the mind, brother. I'm always on.
Omegle is crazy. And people really don't know how crazy the internet is, though,
Yeah,
because they don't realize, like, what you're putting into that search engine. Like, the search engine's only showing you X amount of results, but there's millions of other results.
Brother. Oh, my God.
Have you ever been on the dark web?
I've been on the dark web.
What have you seen, dude? 'Cause I know I've seen some things.
I waded shallow, like, you know, nervously into the dark web, and I say I got about knee deep before I saw something that made me really uncomfortable. And I was like,
There's some things you see on there that you're like,
nope.
You're like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble for seeing this. Yeah, no, I hate that. I was like, no. There's an in between. I had a stepfather who was, if he found out I was like pirating music on the house Wi-Fi, he'd freak the fuck out.
Really?
Like, yeah, the FBI is gonna come and fucking arrest me.
Jeez.
Yeah, Jesus.
LimeWire was the shit, dude.
Dude, I've got aunts and uncles that are in their 30s. They're probably about your age. What are you, like, 65?
27.
27, they're older than you. But I got to watch
27
some
on January
LimeWire.
1st. I don't know why I said I was a year older than I don't know why I said 26. 26. Soon to be 27.
Yeah,
Yeah. How old are you?
23.
23. You're a young buck, dude.
I'm a young
you
buck.
miss LimeWire?
I miss the LimeWire, dude.
What about Napster?
I think I might have had FrostWire.
FrostWire. The fuck is FrostWire?
Knock
dude?
off LimeWire, I guess, dude. For a little bit. And then there were better pirating avenues.
Dude, there was like a good 48 hours where you could download whatever you want on LimeWire, and then your computer would be fucked.
Just fucking space AIDS.
Yo, dude, back in the day, the internet was like a new place.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah, I don't like how YouTube is taking down videos.
It's so fucking sterilized, dude. I
Yeah,
can't see
dude.
anybody getting beheaded, bro.
I know. There was. I'm not. Dude, listen, this is something I do. Where I have you ever been on Reddit 50 for 50?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
I love Reddit for 50
love
for
that
50. I love the anxiety. You're like, what is
Well, it's
it?
like, oh, cute puppy or bees on a dick.
Yeah.
It's always bees on a dick, bro.
Nah, dude, I've seen some cute puppies on Reddit
Do you know
50
that's
for
a whole
50.
fetish?
What?
Insects on your junk.
And what is?
Insects, like on your actual
No,
junk.
it's not.
Yes. I've seen wasps in a jar with a Johnson in there with the wasps.
Get
dude.
the fuck out of here,
It's
dude.
fucking disturbing. I didn't for the record, Grandma. I didn't seek that out.
It found me on
It
Reddit
found
50
me.
for 50.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't. Anyway, the internet's a crazy place. I've seen a lot of things I wish I
didn't
could
know.
unsee.
That's a fetish?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm
Dude,
gonna
people have some weird
ruin your work
fetishes,
laptop
dude.
real quick.
Dude, people have some weird fetishes, dude.
Yes, dude. I'm trying to think of another weird one off the top of my head.
How about golden showers, dude?
Yeah, getting peed on is a weird one, but I think is that how
You ever watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
Yeah, I've seen 2 girls.
Dude.
You ever seen all the Pain Olympics videos, dude?
Oh, yes, I actually
Yes.
have. That was my era.
Yeah.
I grew up with that Pain Olympics.
Yeah, I was we had friends with cool older brothers that showed us.
You
the
remember
Pain
E-Bones
Olympics.
World?
Yeah, barely, but
Okay.
My boy Jar Squatter, dude. You know about Jar Squatter? Yeah, it's just what it sounds like. There's a man in a large jar, and then an accident, and some blood.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know who Jar Squatter is, dude. I sure do.
But like that, I talk to people in our like age group, and like I'm like Jar Squatter, like yeah, dude. Like that's what we were doing, bro. We stopped playing outside, bro, and we started watching people sit on stuff that's too big to sit on, bro.
Dude.
We were like, this is normal.
Like that's the thing. Like, why do you think those people were filming that? Like, I talked about this already, but I was watching the 6ix9ine documentary, man, and he was like, before he got into fame, dude, he was doing the most outlandish shit. And it wasn't for any other good reason, but just to get famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing, dude. That's what people are literally doing, dude. They're just culture vultures. They're just like, I'm going to post this on Instagram because it looks... likes. Yeah, bro. Like, bro, you never went to Colorado, dude.
That's new. Like, that's a new phenomenon, I think, relatively in, like, the last maybe 20 years. Is, sometimes I forget it's 2020. That's crazy. It makes me feel old, dude. I'm 23
You were born 1997, dude.
1997, bro. Fuck. But yeah, it's just like, when I grow up, I want to be famous. Like, that's... People didn't used to say that. That didn't used to be a possibility.
Macaulay Culkin didn't want to be famous.
No. And shout out to that boy for turning his life around.
Yeah, dude.
I am a big fan of Macaulay Culkin right now.
Me too.
Yeah. Do you know who he's been dating for a really long time? Brenda Song.
I'm going to look her up right
Wendy
now.
Wu, Homecoming Warrior. That was a sick-ass Disney movie. She was London Tipton on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's past your time. Brenda Song.
Oh, wow.
She's about a 12.
I've never been with an Asian woman, but I would smack my mom for one.
I don't really have a preference as to like...
Neither do I.
I don't, but you know, I just kind of hang out where white girls are. But I, you know what I mean?
You wear Gap.
Yeah,
Republic.
Dude, I'm at Buckle trying to see what kind of ladies I can meet. It's always the same kind of lady, dude.
What are those douchebag? My dad used to wear them, the douchebag sunglasses.
Ed
Oakley's.
Oh, Ed Hardy. Gas cans, brother.
Yeah,
gas cans.
yeah,
Diesels.
no.
Ugh, fucking names like Diesel, like burnt leather. These
Rock
sunglasses.
Revival.
These sunglasses are called your daddy's ashtray.
Dude, the only dudes, I know some dudes who still wear Rock Revivals, dude.
Yeah, dude, I know some dudes that pay child support too.
Sucks, dude.
Dude, I talk about this often, like, and like with my friends, but like when people are like, I don't know what happened, dude, but we're having a baby. Like, I know what happened. Like, I'm like, not for nothing, but I've had a sexual encounter or several, and I don't have a baby because I know how it works.
So you put on condoms and stuff?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck that, dude.
Most of the time I put on condoms. I don't
You're
trust
a good
birth
boy.
control, bro.
You're a good boy.
Listen, I grew up just immersed in pregnancy fear, dude.
Jeez.
Like the worst thing that could ever happen to you is that you get a girl pregnant.
Listen, so I had, dude, so I had this one girlfriend, and I was, up until I had sex, I was like just terrified of having sex, man. Like, terrified to have sex. And I had this one girlfriend who'd always come to my house, and like, I told her no often, but she would try to rape me. Like she would like try to like barter for sex. She would try to like con me into sex.
Yeah.
And I was like 13, 14, like, no, my dad's gonna know.
Yeah.
I remember like literally one time we were sitting on my couch and my dad's in the garage and we're in the living room, and she was like, listen, I'll get on top of you right now and just pull out.
Yeah.
That's what she said to me.
Fingers crossed, brother.
And this is what I said to her. I said, I don't have a condom. And she says, listen, I'll give you a blowjob right now. And I was just like,
all right. I drive a hard bargain.
No, I
lady.
didn't.
No?
I didn't. No, I was just scared to, dude. Because,
Yeah.
like, I didn't want to have sex and have a baby. But then once I had sex, I was like, no, this is
totally worth maybe having a baby.
Fuck, dude.
Absolutely. I remember my first, like we were talking about unhealthy boundaries. I remember my first relationship, like as a kid, I was probably like 18 or 19, where we like really had a lot of sex. And like, I was like, oh, people get to do this just all the time? Like, why is anybody doing anything else? Dude, it was just to an egregious amount of relations we had, dude. And it was like, it got to the point where like, this isn't healthy. You're sucking the life out of me, and I'm sucking the life out of you.
Literally.
Listen. That's the soul. That's different. No, bro. Like, oh, man. And I had to, like, whether that's substance abuse, recovery, healthy relationships, dealing with my own emotions, mental health, like, I had to go through a lot of that shit to get even halfway put together like I am right now.
Yeah, I don't think people in 2020 know how to have a healthy relationship, or like even know how to, like, listen, dude, how about this? An argument in a relationship is not the end of the world.
No, it's normal.
That's something I still struggle with.
Don't yell and don't call people mean names.
Yeah.
But you can, like, have a heated disagreement with somebody and still love them at the end.
Yeah, but that's what you just said at the end. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not that I don't stop loving the person. It's that I think the other person hates my guts.
Yeah.
After that argument's done with. So I'm just like, you okay? I want to fix it.
Do you still love me?
Yeah.
Buy you flowers and make you a souffle.
Yeah, dude. And like that's like the part of me like that. Like I still don't understand. I think that like a lot of people just don't know how to really just like be an adult in those situations, and I know I still struggle with that kind of
The
stuff.
cheat code I found in being an adult is finding out that nobody else has any idea what the fuck they're doing either.
We were talking about that, bro. Motherfuckers are just out here winging it willy-nilly, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Ain't no one asked to fucking be here.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man. This is the best my life has ever been. And, like, I don't have a lot. I've got a shitty old car, and I have a roommate who's my best friend. That's pretty sick. And like, I've got a really wonderful girlfriend who I'm very much in love with, and like a good job, a consistent job where I'm exposed to things that's important for me to be exposed to, and like I can't. I'm fighting that feeling of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that and I can't live that way anymore. Like the other shoe's gonna drop.
Yeah.
So I live my whole life.
I'm the shoe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's a scary thought, because here's the thing. Like, I always thought, like, if I didn't have... This is what's great about the double lives that we lived. Mm-hmm. I always thought that if I didn't have this, or if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be successful and I wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the truth is, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I am going to be okay. Like, no matter what I go through, when I'm not okay, I'm not going to be breathing.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Like, when I'm truly not okay,
I'm going to be dead.
I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
So, like, in the moments where I'm uncomfortable and I don't like where I'm at, I'm still okay. And that's what, like, my past life has showed me, right? Is that, like, I can go through some things, and it's not the best, but I can still get through those things.
Dude, a real game changer for me this going around recovery and this phase of my life is telling people that I care about around me that I'm feeling that way. Like, dude, I feel so overwhelmed, dude. I don't know. A lot of my brain just picks is money and finances. I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay this and blah, 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 and this and that. I just tell somebody I care about that's, like, not all the way stupid of what's going on. And they're like, dude, relax. Like, quit fucking buying pizzas every night. Like, fucking just chill. And like that, that's a really important thing I found.
I think financial insecurity is a big one. Yeah. For everyone, and they're always wanting that more. And that when is this going to happen? When is this? But like, I've talked to people who are wealthy, man, and it just comes down to managing money. Yeah. Right. And a lot of my brain. Yeah. Is worried about money, and when you have money, you're not worried about money. That's the beauty about money. Is when you have money, it gives you a sense of security and a peace of mind. Yeah, But then at the same time, there's people who have a lot of money and they just want more. Yeah, just give me more.
My thing, dude.
Jeff Bezos is just a dragon in a dungeon protecting his hoard of gold, dude.
Dude, I'll be honest, dude. I think Jeff Bezos is a piece of shit, bro.
Me too, dude.
I see all these figures about Jeff Bezos could give, like, every person in America $10,000, and he would still be as rich as he was before coronavirus, like, stuff like that. And, like, I understand, like, this is a capitalist society. Like, we're not communists, and we're not going to take somebody's money and give it to other people against their will. Like, that's kind of what makes us America and not, a socialist nation, which I don't think is necessarily bad. Anyway.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a reason that I'm not in charge of a country.
Who wants to be? I don't want to be in charge of my own life.
Yes, dude. I'm instantly suspicious about somebody that wants to have power. Like, oh, I want to have power. It's like, fucking why, dude?
Why, dude?
Like
why do you want to be put under a microscope and people dissect you? And
Let
why
me
do you
just
want to
load this gun real quick. Why are you loading that gun, bro?
Yeah, dude.
You gonna do something?
Fucking set it down.
Yeah, I'll regurgitate some Joe Rogan thoughts, dude. That like the concept of a president or the concept of one leader for a big country is old-fashioned. It was before a time where in communication, when you had to ride a horse 2 weeks to get right to another state or to get to the next like area of big government and share. So there had to be somebody to make these big decisions in the meantime of that communication.
I think people get really caught up into this, like, okay, this is a capitalist country, this is a socialist country, this is communism, this state, this is a whatever.
Yeah.
It's 2020.
Yeah, dude.
Let's make something new.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. Right?
Yeah, new world order, baby.
Yeah, dude. Fucking let's get Alex Jones on this fucking podcast, dude.
About lizard people, goddamn turn the frogs,
David Burke, dude.
Pizza Gate.
Yeah. Or no, wait, David Icke. That's his name. David Icke. Lizard people. He's the one who started that lizard people shit, dude.
Yeah, dude.
David Icke looks like a fucking lizard. Let's just put
he's
that.
A goddamn lizard person. The lizard
saying,
people
dude.
are like, you know what would be the best cover? One of us going around tell everybody about the lizard people. Nobody will fucking buy it from that lizard ass looking motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. I'm just getting feedback. I'm sorry.
Positive or negative, dude? Huh? Positive or negative feedback?
I don't know. But like that's like the real thing is like I don't know. It was really interesting. You ever heard of Jacques Fresco?
Mm-mm.
Jacques Fresco is this futurist guy.
Okay.
And I'm not going to explain his model perfectly, but I watched Poltergeist. No, Zeitgeist.
This bitch was in the TV, bro.
Yeah, no. So I was watching Zeitgeist, and I don't like his whole idea, but part of his idea was like, hey, with modern engineering and updates to technology and automation,
Yeah.
we'll be able to basically grow all the food we need, mass produce everything. Everyone can have livable homes for free. Everyone can have food, right? And it would all be controlled by a computer.
Right. That's all Skynet for me too, brother.
Yeah,
I want a chip
dude.
in my brain, but I don't know if I want that.
Yeah, dude, right? But basically what he was saying, and this is what it came down to, he was like, well, listen, if we have this technology and the means to create the society, what we're left with is free time so people can live actual lives and contribute to society and work on what they love and want to do, which is the part I loved about, right? Because, like, who wants to punch a shitty clock for the man the rest of their lives, dude? Nobody, dude. Nobody. Like this, what I'm doing right here with you, is as stupid as this may seem, is like one of my dreams.
This is cool. And like a quick side note, I know how passionate you are about this, and like this is a goal that you've had, and it's really cool to be a part of it. I appreciate that,
dude. I love having you over here, brother. I mean, dude, but for real, like that's the part about Jacques Fresco that made sense. Is like, dude, if everyone could just do what they love to do,
yeah,
that would be an amazing society.
That's a perfect world, dude.
And he was talking about really the goal is to like keep growing as a civilization and as a society. Like, hey, Earth's not it.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? And like, hey, we can go further from here. But it's just that these constraints of time we put around ourselves and our lifetimes, to where you're putting X amount of time into a workplace to live. Like, let's just be honest, bro.
Yeah.
If none of us had to work, we wouldn't.
Yeah, and I think there's something to be said about maybe having a common goal. Like, if your goal is that S class in a condo, bro, like once you've arrived, it's that kind of thing where if you set yourself a goal and you achieve it, like you stop trying after that. It's like that old shoot for the moon, land in the stars situation. Like my goals need to never all the way be met, right? Like there always needs to be something in something in the future, something to look forward to, something to aspire to.
Yeah, man, and I think that's like a big thing for people. And then I also think that even if we did do that, I don't think people even know what they want to do.
Yeah.
like they don't have.
You can do whatever you want, and be like, screaming.
Yeah, dude. They're just like, this is bullshit. I don't want to do whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, there's going to be some motherfuckers out there, dude, who just don't know what they want to do.
We all had that grandpa, dude, that retired from the whatever factory thing he'd been working at for 45 years. I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. So, like, I know that, like, culture of work and work and work and work, and you work till you're dead, and then they're like, okay, it's time to retire. And then they're like, oh, I don't know what to do with myself. like my grandpa's 78, dude, and he mows the neighbors' lawns for like $20. Like he's just got to be doing something. I look up to that work ethic, and I think I've got a lot of my good work ethic from my father and my grandfather.
Well, that's what's kind of cool about the internet nowadays too, is that like there's literally little millionaire kids out there selling slime.
Yeah, that fucking shoe kid, the kid that sells shoes to Rick Ross and all that.
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
he's one of them.
Yeah.
But I know there's like kids out there who have like whole businesses and they're 12 years old and they're out there selling slime.
Yeah, dude.
That wouldn't have happened in 1980, in 1990.
It's a big ass lemonade stand, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. Like the internet is like you're capable. Like, okay, my girlfriend, she's making me a chessboard.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say she gets really good at carving chess, dude, and making like custom wood pieces, right, for people. That's a sellable service.
Yes.
But that's a service that most people did. And gave gifts as to family members back in the day, right? Or just like little things like that. And these commodities people can sell now,
Yeah.
over the world.
Yeah, like a lot of the world is accessible that was not accessible. Like I can have somebody make me a wood carving of literally whatever I want. There's probably someone on the internet that can be like, listen, I need you to carve me a wood carving.
Have you ever been
of
on Fiverr?
Morgan Freeman's head? I just know about the PewDiePie Fiverr thing. Do you know
What is
about
that?
Do you know who PewDiePie is?
I do know who PewDiePie.
God bless him, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The guy's a juggernaut. But
Shout out to Mark Plyer.
shout out Mark Plyer, dude.
Mark Plyer is my favorite.
Dude, I watch a lot of YouTube that's for little kids, dude.
I did in my drug addiction. My drug addiction, I would like nod out and watch Mark Plyer.
Yeah.
Get scared, and I'd be like, no.
So PewDiePie, and once again, I'm not a doctor, don't quote me on this,
Oh,
but
fuck.
PewDiePie is like, there's these Indian kids, right, that are like, say whatever you want us to write down on these signs and we'll hold up, and they like don't really understand English, like they're just copying characters, and he writes like, you know, something anti-Semitic. He's like, oh, I bet they won't say it. Like it'd be crazy if they said this like directly absurdist thing that I don't believe. And they sure enough held it up like something very Third Reichy.
He got canceled.
And they tried. PewDiePie's too big, bro. They couldn't bring my dude down.
No?
No, dude. He was like, I swear to God, I'm not a Nazi.
They've canceled so many people, dude. Bill Cosby. Listen, dude,
listen.
I understand. I'm just saying, dude, Bill Cosby was a juggernaut.
Well, yeah, but his whole fucking persona was, I'm the family man. I'm the family man. I don't curse in my thing. And he's...
Well, it's always the people like that. It's always the fucking...
Yeah.
The Bill Cosbys of the world who are like I don't know, dude. How many other... I'm trying to think of this one actor's name. Eddie Murphy got caught with a prostitute.
Yeah.
And he just started doing kids' movies. You know?
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing,
He switched it up, dude. He was like...
Eddie Murphy's a fucking G. And like that development of like whatever his brand that he was selling was, like that's a crazy jump. Like fucking, have you've seen Delirious, you've seen Raw, like his old fucking comedy specials, like in the
Eddie Murphy's
mid
great.
80s. That fucking red leather suit that was fucking like sex god, dude.
Yeah.
Just telling the filthiest fucking jokes.
Eddie Murphy's
And then it's
great.
like Haunted House, the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. He smoked a little crack, got caught with the fucking prostitute, and he's over here fucking playing. What is it? Blubber or what was the Flubber?
Yeah, dude, Flubber.
Yeah, dude.
Dr. Doolittle over in here in this fucking piece, dude.
Yeah, did he play? It was that one movie where Daddy's Daycare.
Dude, that scene where the kid's like, I missed, right? He peed on the ceiling, bro. That's comedy gold.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get a lot of likes for this, dude. Most of my childhood, I watched Adam Sandler.
Man, there's some great Adam Sandler stuff, and there's some
great
garbage shit that people just watch because it's Adam Sandler,
Dude,
and he
garbage.
knows it. I feel like he stopped trying. This like Netflix deal. I feel like Netflix. I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of multi-picture deal. That's why
They just got Adam Sandler running around in a hamster wheel.
Listen, dude, we'll give you $800 million, and you just got to make 4 movies. They don't fucking have to be good. They don't have to make sense.
We need content.
I don't even know what Adam Sandler sounds like.
I think that's to be said too. Like, I think people like actors so much they can't admit like an actor like did a bad movie.
Yes, dude.
You know,
They sell nostalgia now. That's what it is. They sell nostalgia. Everything's
I like that.
They sell nostalgia.
I never had anyone put it to me like
It
that.
doesn't have to be good anymore.
Yeah.
It's come where people that were kids in the 2000s are 30 years old now.
How many more remakes are they going to do?
Of anything?
Stop ruining Jungle Book.
Listen, stop fucking watching the remakes. They're going to keep fucking making the shitty remakes.
I don't.
I know. I'm not saying you. I'm saying I'm talking to people. I'm talking down to a whole group of people. Excuse me.
Stop watching live action Lion King.
Yes, that thing was such a fucking abomination, dude. The billions of dollars CGI they put in that shit ass movie, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm a big Jon Favreau guy. He fucking directed that movie, didn't he? Jon Favreau directed the
look it up right now.
Lion King, the animated one, the new animated one. He's the man. Jon Favreau is one guy that's selling nostalgia the right way. I'm a big fan of him.
I heard they're gonna. I heard Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Halo as a kid?
Yes, dude.
Steven Spielberg
Steven stealing your shit, dude.
is doing fucking Showtime, a Showtime TV series of Halo.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Like red versus blue, bro?
Like better, dude. I guess they've been planning on it for a while, but the money just hasn't been there because they wanted it to be such a mass production, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Kind of like a Game of Thrones type of deal.
Yeah.
And I am all fucking for it, dude.
I have such positive associations with Halo, dude.
Me
the
too.
First Xbox, Halo 2. I would play with my uncle. My uncle was like, he's like 15 years older than me. So I was a little kid, and he was like a cool, like preteen kid. And I was like, just wanted to be around him all the time. But we'd play Halo. We'd play plasma grenades only. Dude, just trying to throw plasma grenades at each other, and I'd jump off the stuff on purpose and die to piss them off, dude. Just jump off the same ledge over and over again and be like, "This sucks, bro. You suck."
I'm done playing, dude.
I'm done playing.
Go back home.
Yeah. So joke's on you. You can't go back home. My dad's your brother.
You told him you were going to watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
such fun times growing up with my uncle.
Dude, a little bit of Mountain Dew Cold Red and some Halo, dude.
Dude, yes. I had my mom, when she was single, she did not date very many men, and that, at least that we knew of, she wasn't like a bring a guy around us kind of lady. She's a classy gal. And
Shout out mom.
She's a classy gal up there doing big things. And this one guy, he was like this weird, like woodsy, made chainsaw carvings kind of guy, but he was a male nurse. He was like a nurse, and he had this kid that was around my age, dude, and he just let this kid do whatever the fuck he wanted, dude. And we would just go up there doing shotgun monsters until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, my mom doesn't let me have caffeine, dude. We were just fucking shotgun monsters and playing Gears of War.
Yeah, I enjoyed Gears, but I was just always, I hate Call of Duty.
I love it.
I have not played Call of Duty since Black Ops 2, and I refuse to. Like, no one, anything. Dude, Jason's been telling me, he's been like, Jaybird. Shout out Jaybird.
Shout out little Jaybird. Shout out our little baller friend, dude.
and he's been like just egging me on, like, dude, get on Warzone, dude. Get on Warzone. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't pay me to play fucking Warzone, dude. And like, everyone is just like, dude, it's so much better, bro. And like, all I think about is just Call of Duty, and I just can't do it, dude. Yeah. I don't even play video games that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's got to be something. Like, I remember when Skyrim came out, bro.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, I was like, it was the summer, and I was probably like 14 or 15, dude, and I didn't leave my room for like, I put like 200 some odd hours in a Skyrim, dude. I just I had this little tiny little plasma screen TV would sit on my desk, bro. I'd just sit in my boxes for hours, dude. Like, I'm the Dovahkiin. What's so dumb, Mom? Get out of my room, dude.
Those are the games I really enjoyed as a kid. Is like living in a different world, and I think Halo's world was just so immersive too. Yeah, because like I didn't know the full story. Like, dude, have you ever read any of the Halo books?
No, dude, I wasn't. I'm
sorry,
fucking virgin, bro.
They're good.
I was a big virgin for a long time.
They got great lore.
Yeah, the lore is good. The lore is immersive. Yeah. I really liked like the Skyrim games for that, and I think you're talking about not like Call of Duty. The first Black Ops game,
yeah, dude,
I think is a masterpiece. The campaign, bro.
Yes, dude.
That story, bro. Like my friends and I were grown adults quoting quotes from that video game campaign to each other. It was
good,
so good,
and that's why I stopped at Black Ops 2. I was just like, no, I'm done. I really enjoyed Battlefield.
Yeah,
I stopped playing after Hardline.
Too hardcore for me, dude. I had Bad Company. Remember Battlefield Bad Company, dude? It was like the storyline, like the Iraq veterans stole the gold or whatever the fuck. Like that shit was cool, but I don't know, Battlefield was always like you had to actually be good at video games.
Yeah, I enjoyed playing it online, and then I liked playing. I liked the story mode, not playing online, but the Battlefield. I think it's called One. I don't know. It's a World War I Battlefield. That was legit, bro.
Yeah,
that was just bombs going off everywhere, trenches.
I'm getting shell shocked, bro.
Yeah, dude. Well, dude, listen. People always think World War II is so bad, and I can tell when someone isn't a history buff, when they start, a lot of people died in World War II.
Yeah.
Some ghastly things happened.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about crazy? You sit your ass in a fucking trench for 4 fucking months and get shot at every fucking day.
People were like, I'm going in on a horse, and then an airplane flies over. It was a really weird, like, a meeting of like different ages and different technologies and like warfighting technology that came together. Like they're like, I'm riding a horse in battle. I have to put a gas mask on my horse though because they invented chemical like poison gas and they're shooting it into our trenches.
So I forgot where I read it from. But I was always into history growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Always loved autobiographies from people who've been in war. And there was one particular World War I account where I read, and the guy actually he left his mask in a different battlefield during a different day in no man's land. And just so you know what no man's land is, guys, you're in a trench, and no man's land is the amount of space that's between you and the other country's trench line, and your lieutenant or captain would just say, go out there and hope you don't get mowed down by a machine gun or artillery. And so during one of these fights, he had left his mask wherever. And the first gas attack came. And he started to see the gas creep over, and he punched one of his fellows in the mouth and stole his gas mask and watched him die in front of him. But
crabs in a barrel.
Yeah, dude, because like in that situation, dude, I love you, MJ. Like I like you as a person, but I'm punching you with like between me and you. I wouldn't mind, like, dude, if you got to punch me in the mouth to get a mask so you can live, do
bro,
it, dude.
I look soft, but I'll choke you out with my Calvin Klein
Listen,
scarf.
I understand, man. I'm just saying.
Put you in that hard scarf, brother.
You know, if it's me or you, you know, like if it's you or me, you're choosing you any day.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't fight, dude. I've talked my way out of every altercation I've ever been in.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever been into a fight?
No, not for real.
No?
I've been like horsing around with my friend and like it gets a little heated, but like no, I've never like fought for pride, like honor. I've never fought for honor. I've never fought like, let's fight, bro. I always just make fun of them for being that way, and it diffuses the situation.
Really?
Yeah, my last line of defense is to start complimenting grown men on their clothes. So they'd be like, dude, you want to fucking fight? I'm like, where'd you get those pants, bro? He's like, fucking quit being weird. Forever 21. Yeah, dude. Real fight diffuses.
Dude, the first fight I ever got into, I was skipping class at my local high school.
Yeah.
And I was smoking weed out of a pop can.
That brown frown, bro?
Yeah, the brown frown. And one of my buddies was like, dude, this kid's talking shit about you. You won't fight him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, the fuck I will. And like I've been in fights before then with like my cousins.
Yeah.
And like I used to roughhouse with my dad's friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I will. You know what I mean? And we call him, and the kid's like, yeah, I've been talking shit about you. What are you going to do about it? And I was like, I'm going to beat your ass, motherfucker. And we went out to like the tennis courts, and I beat the dog shit out of him.
Beat the brakes off this dude. You're a big boy.
I was
for a long time.
Yeah,
You've been a big boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I was been like 6'1", 6'2", 200 pounds my whole life, dude, ever since 14. And I felt so bad because I'll never forget, dude, after I beat him up, he was on the ground and he was pulling his teeth. He was pulling his lip off his braces. Yeah, and then what other time? Oh, shortly after this time, I had a best friend and he hated my girlfriend.
Wow, for real?
He hated her, dude. And here's why he hated her. Okay, so we had a trio of friends.
Yeah,
and she was dating one of our other friends.
Okay.
And she broke up with him.
Yeah.
And we started dating after that summer.
Right.
And we were on and off for like 2 years, me and this girl. And my one friend who I got into a fight with was very like, he thought it was fucked up that I dated the girl in the first place. He didn't know at the time that the guy who was dating her before me was actually gay. We found out later. But he was always just like, yo, how could you do that to our friend? And so one time I was complaining to him about her. I was like, dude, da, da, da. And he's like, stop crying about her, dude. She's such a fucking slut. Ooh. And I punched him dead in the mouth, dude.
Yeah, he did.
And I got on my bike and I pedaled home, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I was so mad that he called her a slut, but I was also so sad I punched my friend in the mouth, dude.
There's the most recent time I almost got into a fight. I was in Columbus, I was sober, and I was dating this girl she's a little bit younger than me, but she's a nursing student at OSU. And I've been to a couple fucking shit ass college parties, dude, college men drunk. She wasn't hanging out with the coolest people anyway to begin with. And these parties were so lame. And I'm sober, right? I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing.
You're like, you motherfuckers are dumb.
On top of that, they were like, don't vape at my house.
No.
I'm like, yeah, dude. So like, I got to go outside to vape. Feel like a piece of shit. Anyway, so these guys are... These fucking three guys.
You're just hiding vape puffs.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm some sort of fucking refugee, bro.
Like you're smoking crack again.
Like I'm smoking crack again.
Like you're doing cocaine in the bathroom.
Yes. Like, oh, my nose is bleeding because I'm nervous. And so we're at this party, and these guys are waiting till I'm not around to like catcall my girlfriend, basically. And they're saying that she's really upset. She has to she feels unsafe and blah blah blah. I get it. So I'm like, I guess I gotta kill these guys. And her and all her friends kept me from fucking trying to fight these guys. And this one guy was like, he would have beat the shit out of me, dude. And like my plan, there's one big guy, probably like 6'4". He looked like a boxer. Like he looked like he could fight. By his like untied Timberlands, I knew he could fight. You know what I mean? So it's like, I gotta start with that guy. I gotta start with the biggest threat, and then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna miss, and he's gonna knock me out, and his other two friends are gonna beat me to death.
so I've been beaten up many times.
Yeah,
you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some.
Yeah,
I'll give you a tip: if you're ever in a fight, take your shirt off immediately.
Yeah,
take your shirt off, dude.
You don't want to give him that handle.
Don't let a motherfucker be able to grab you up by your shirt, pull your shirt over your head, and then wallop you, dude. Just pop top. If you feel like someone's gonna come, pop top.
I also other tips I've heard of there's no such thing as sportsmanship. When you're in a street fight,
kick him in the balls, kick him in the mouth, whatever the fuck you gotta
gouge
do.
His eyes out.
Yeah. You gotta get willy nilly up in this motherfucker.
Because this might be just a street fight, but a lot of people die accidentally in just the street fights.
They do.
I was talking to my girlfriend the other day. I was like, I don't fucking get in fights. I was like, listen, but if I'm in combat with another grown man, I'm trying to kill him.
Yeah, listen, it's I've gotten my ass beat pretty bad, bro. Like I've been jumped to get my ass beat. I got beaten up by a small kid before, dude. They put me on my ass and fucking did some shit to me, dude.
I heard that story, bro. Long time listener.
Thank you. But here's the thing, dude. Getting your ass beat kind of teaches you something about yourself. Yeah. Because a lot of people walk around like they're invincible. Yeah. A lot of people think like that can't happen to me, or a lot of people, especially men, walk around with machismo. Yeah. And like I'm man enough to admit, dude, there's some motherfuckers who might just crack my ass.
Dog shit out of me, dude. I picked non-confrontational as like part of my personality type once I got this tall. I'm 6'6". I'm 6.5 feet tall. And like,
dude, if you kick a motherfucker in their face, though, dude, that torque you got from your legs,
right. But what I'm saying is, like, nobody likes that guy. Like in a social setting, the guys already don't like me when they meet me sometimes because I'm this tall.
You make me uncomfortable. I told you that. Like, it's nothing you do personally. I love you as a person, but when you hover over me,
especially,
I'm like, what the fuck?
Especially some shorter fellas out there. God bless the shorter fellas. Listen, dude. Guys, you guys are gonna live longer. That's cool. I'm going to be 60 and have a heart attack, but guess what? I can reach the top shelf. No, see, that's the kind of attitude that people don't fucking like from tall people, bro. And I picked non-confrontational, like, it's fine, dude. It's fine. Get it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I'm always literally and figuratively the bigger man. Because like literally, like I like when I would drink, and I call it lizard brain drunk. I get so drunk that like I'm trying to.
Who would ever want to fight you though? I don't know. I can't imagine people being like, yeah, MJ, dude, he's a fucking.
I wouldn't want to fight me because, like, just like I don't know. I'm all bones, dude. You get hit with one of these bones, it's gonna hurt, dude.
A couple elbows, dude.
A couple bows.
You should get an MMA.
What comes there?
Dude.
You know what comes after L?
What?
Bow, dude. What's up?
Dude, like dude, I think you'd be good in a combat sport, dude, a blood sport.
I was talking with some people where we work about that, and I love the idea of punching somebody in the face. I don't want to get hit in the face.
It's not as bad once you get hit.
I'm just, dude. Listen, I've picked,
but there's some spots where they hit you, dude, where you just go out,
dude. I've picked the scholar's route through life, dude. And by the scholar's route, I mean just I'm a fucking little sniveling in the corner. Don't hit me. No, don't hit me.
No, dude. I think you're not that sniveling kind of person, dude. I think you would stick up for yourself. The thing is I think you know when to stick up for yourself or when to put yourself on the line. There's a big difference, man.
I've done it. I've asserted myself. Like, I'm like, okay, this is the part where I might get in a fight now, but like it's necessary. And I'll stand up for other people like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And usually, dude, it's like I heard you talking the other day. These people that are big and strong, and to quote you, talk out of their neck, bro, aren't used to getting talked back to the same way.
No, dude.
Or talked back to intelligently. It's like, that's even more effective than
logically.
Yes. Like, how does that make any sense, bro? You're going to do this because I did this? You just see the fucking just animosity drain out of their face. You're like, fuck, I sound like an idiot.
They're just doing math in their head.
Like, fucking shit. Where do I carry the one? Yeah.
I'll never forget, man. There was this moment in when I was growing up as a child. I had this friend, and my friend had a shitbag.
Yeah.
And my mom made me hang out with him, and it wasn't like I liked the kid or whatever, but like I didn't choose him as a friend. My mom chose him as my friend, and I had to be in like 5th or 6th grade. And I'll never forget, there was this kid who was calling him shitbag.
Yeah.
And like this kid, my friend who had the shitbag literally almost died that summer before school. Like had to get his fucking stomach removed or whatever, his intestines.
Oh, and fuck, he had a classmate back.
Yeah. Like it was serious. Like he almost died in the hospital from whatever was going on with him.
Yeah.
And this like he had just gotten stitches 3 months ago, and this motherfucker making fun of him punches him in the stomach. And he's like, hey, shitbag, and just punch. No. That's how mean kids are, right?
Kids are the fucking worst.
And I punched this motherfucker in the mouth. And when I punched him in the mouth, I said, why don't you pick on someone your own fucking size, dude? Because I was just so worked up. It's like, this kid did nothing, dude. He was yellow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was yellow and pale and bags under his eyes and stitches going up to his chest and had a shitbag. Like, leave the motherfucker alone, man.
I remember this kid. Actually, we're cool now. He's what's this bully phase in high school, but I had this like paisley pattern shirt that looked like a red bandana. You know what I mean, like t-shirt. I thought it was so cool.
Hell yeah, dude!
He comes up to me
got
like
that badass bandana. Paisley
he came
shirt.
up to be like, "Seize up!" No, he came up to me like, "Oh, that shirt's fucking gay, dude!" Like in front of a bunch of people, and I said, "Yeah, dude, this shirt's gay. I love sucking dick so much. I figured I'd wear this shirt just so everybody would know, and they wouldn't have to ask me about it." And like he was like, does not compute. He embraced the jeers.
He wasn't expecting that.
No, dude.
And that's the thing, dude. You got to have a quick tongue in the animal kingdom, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Got to be David Icke out here, dude.
Come see me, dude. Come see me with that lizard tongue. Shit, girl.
Got to be a fucking gecko out here.
Listen, dude. I could lick a hole through a cinder block wall, bro.
What's that like?
What's that like? Well, I can't.
It's a modern marvel, dude.
Well, I can't taste anything anymore, but
got corona. Can't taste shit.
Burn my mouth on pizza. Everything tastes like rubber, bro.
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. I'll still eat some hot ass shit out fresh out the oven or the microwave. Don't play with me, bro. I'll burn my fucking taste buds. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
Too. Dude, I'll fucking do that fresh pizza, dude. Especially if I can see the pool of oil on top of it still, dude. It's that fresh. I'm going in, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm going in for a fold it in half, bite it like a taco, sideways bite. And the rest of the pizza tastes like shit,
and
bro.
It's still good.
Yeah, dude. And I will eat the rest of that pizza still, though, because I'm an animal.
Dude, 26 years on this earth, and I still don't have microwave down You know what I mean? I'm still just guessing. I'm like, 3 minutes?
Dude, I got all my microwave down. I worked in a fine dining restaurant in Columbus, dude, and Chef Mike was real. We'd say, take this back to Chef Mike, dude. And if you were a piece of shit that ordered your $50 cut of filet mignon, well done, it's getting brown on the outside, and it's getting microwaved. Because what happens is, to actually cook a steak well done, like on a broiler, you gotta kind of burn the outside of it, and people will send it back. They'll be like, no, this is burned. I just want well done. I just want it brown all the way through. And you gotta fucking brown that shit, put it in the microwave till it's well done in the middle, and then put it back on the broiler, dry it out so it looks like it was grilled.
Dude, it takes a special motherfucker to get a steak well done.
It takes a certain piece of shit. Get chicken.
Yeah.
If you want your thing tasteless and dry all the way through, save yourself about $30 on that plate there, Susan, and get chicken.
This is really good. I like the gristle on this.
I like the way it doesn't taste like anything and my mouth is dry. That's why you drink all that red wine, you alky.
I love chewing 1,000 times to swallow. You know what I mean? Like, dude, cut out the effort. Get some cod.
Ooh, yes, get yourself some fucking talapia, dude. Shout out to Grandma who ordered talapia in a restaurant one time.
She said that.
Yeah,
she
said, I want to get the talapia, dude.
Dude.
Or Uncle David that ordered the fajitas.
So, dude, my girlfriend was actually telling me a story recently where growing up, you know what pepperoncinis are?
Yeah.
Her whole life she was calling them pepperonchis. She was calling them.
I don't know, bro. That's just a little pepperonchi for me.
Dude, she was calling them pepperonchis, right? And she said one time her and her family went out to eat, and they were at like an Italian restaurant. She's like, "Can I get some pepperonchis?" And the waitress was just like, "What the fuck is that?"
What?
And she says her parents are cracking up,
just
dude.
Roasting her?
Yeah, dude, just laughing. And she's like, "What? What's so funny?" And her mom's like, "Well, at home, baby, we call them pepperonchis because when your dad eats them, he smells, his farts smell bad." So her whole life, dude, she was just calling pepperonchis, dude, not thinking anything different of it.
That's so funny. It reminds me of this great episode. Are you familiar with This American Life? It was a radio program on NPR for a long time, and it's a popular podcast now. They've been making it for 25 years, but it's just like little just vignettes of American life, like little stories, and just will be really specific things, and they'll just go into great detail, and it's awesome. It's a great show. Shout out to Ira Glass. I want to be on your show before I die.
Well, this is your first show. Let's get you out there, dude.
This is great, dude. I'm just this is fulfilling some dreams for me too. I'm having a good time. Thank you. But about just people who believed things for a really long time. It's basically like believe things that weren't true for a really long time into adulthood. Like that was the premise of the show. And this woman's like at a party in her late 20s talking about how, because unicorns are extinct. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, unicorns. They used to be around, but they're not around anymore. And they were like, no, unicorns are a mythical beast.
They've never been around?
They've never been around before. Another good one from that is the guy that thought he was producing change in the shower spontaneously. So he was in college, and he'd go to sleep, and he'd get up in the morning, and he'd get in the shower, and he'd start showering, and fucking, like, different denominations of coin would hit the fucking shower floor. And he was like, what the fuck? Convinced himself that he's somehow magically producing change. What was happening, he was a piece of shit college student, so he was going to sleep with his shirt off, but with his pants from the night before still on. And you ever got a coin stuck to your sweaty back? Yeah. He was going to the fucking shower with the sweaty back coin stuck to his back. And yeah.
People will think the most outrageous things are like the truth.
Dude, recovery has taught me how important it is to get my own thoughts out of my own head into the real world. Because, like, how fucking crazy, not even just normal crazy thoughts. Like, oh, this guy hates me because I accidentally did this thing. He's like, I don't fucking hate you. That's crazy.
Dude,
like,
so today at work, I'm pooping.
Yeah,
and I'm scrolling through Facebook.
Famous work poops. Have you noticed that we poop next to each other?
No.
By accident? All the time.
Really?
I never know if it's the right time to bring it up while I hear you grunting, but...
Oh, shit, dude.
Anyways,
just tell me next time, dude. And I'm taking a poop, and there was this post. Fuck, and I forget what the guy's name was. Derek Chauvin. Mm-hmm. He was the cop who, in my opinion, helped murder George Floyd.
Oh yeah.
And but this post was this, like, someone had posted that Derek Chauvin had died.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like it was like, it literally was like, the comment, the status above the news post was like, I'm so glad you died, you piece of shit motherfucker. Right? Like, that's what this person said. A quick Google search was like, no, Derek Chauvin's still alive.
Yeah.
But like some asshole on Facebook like really thinks this motherfucker's
this is for sure
dead.
true.
Yeah. Like really that outrageous thought, right? That some fucking shitty Onion news outlet got out. Like this guy really thinks that Derek Chauvin's dead. And that's what's crazy about people is people can make anything. If they believe it, it becomes true to them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I take such a long time fact-checking shit on the internet before I choose to share it out loud with some other people because I've been bitten in the ass before. Cole, did you hear blah, blah, blah died? Like, no, they're not dead. Yes.
You know, I think when we say things like that, too, it's really important to understand that, like, a lot of people don't know how to fact-check themselves or even know, like, don't even have an understanding that, like, hey, this news outlet could be lying to me. Because, like, what a lot of news outlets will do is they'll throw their spin on things. So, like, you like, there's, like, little hidden gems of truth.
Yeah,
but,
dude.
like, the body of the work is just a fucking opinion. You know what I mean?
There used to be just this, I mean, I wasn't around then, but like this, you know, the Walter Cronkites of this world, that this idea of excellence in journalism, and that like peak best journalism was the truest it could be, and the facts were the most investigated they could be, and like good investigative journalism, like that's gone. It's gone by the wayside, dude. It's all about clicks. They can't fucking sell newspapers anymore.
Man.
They had
They're
to find
dinosaurs.
They had to find another revenue stream, and like it's, I don't know. I get it. That's what they have to do to make money now. But like it's an echo chamber, bro. It's like whatever side of the spectrum of news, like politically, whatever normally is the dividing line. Like if I want to listen to CNN, if I'm a Democrat and I want to listen to Fox News because I'm a Republican, I know that's not like groundbreaking news, but like it's just so I make it a point to listen to things that I know I'm not going to agree with.
Yeah. No, definitely, dude. And another thing is like this, dude. America is just centrist. That's all we are, right? But it just so happens with these like keynote, quick bulletin ads that people place on news titles, right? Is that you just might catch a couple heartstrings when people read them.
Yeah.
So people are just reacting on what they're reading, and they're not really reading it, but they see these catchphrases and these words, and they're like, okay, I agree with that. Yeah. And they're posting it, but they don't know that Derek Chauvin's still alive.
Derek Chauvin's still alive, bro.
You know
for
what
better
I mean?
Or for worse.
Yeah, for better or for worse, he's still there. So like that's like really the thing is like, you know, I really actually enjoy when people are like, no, bro, there's studies out about that, and I'm like, what studies? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where? You know,
this paper. No. I want real references where I can go read the study.
Yeah, please.
Like, people don't get that.
Send it to me. Send me the study, because I'm not that asshole on Change My Mind where I like, where like I just want to sit there and have someone change, like try to change my mind, but I know it's not going to be changed,
dude. I remember there was it was at the treatment facility in Columbus I was at, and there was this woman who was like shadowing for a license, whatever. She was getting like clinical hours in, and she was there trying to tell me that like marijuana was physically addictive. I was like, no, it's not. She's like, yeah, it is. Like, no, it's not. She's like, it's addictive. I was like, yeah. I was like, you can develop like a habit, a dependency. It's like, but you're not going to feel bad when you stop smoking weed. Like, you might feel different. And like we got in this whole thing. It went on for weeks. Me printing off papers and her printing off papers and us reading them to each other. And I was like, I don't know. I think none of us are going to change each other's minds, and like that's okay. We can still be friends and be cordial with each other.
Yeah, people don't have that discourse nowadays. There's no discourse, and that's like the big issue is like what me and you were doing right here, expressing thoughts in a way. Yeah. Or like if you said something and I didn't agree with it, it would still be okay. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, and it's such a, I just think it would be a horrible way to walk through the world. Like, as soon as somebody says something I don't agree with, I stop listening. Like, I'm never going to grow as a person. I'm never going to develop new ideas. The best things in my life, some of the best moments in my life are when I've been wrong. Like, oh, I was wrong. about that the whole time. Like I used to, like in middle school, like it was a little pre-woke era, and I would say some wild-ass shit. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad I don't talk like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, man, I used to say some really offensive shit. And, like, now I know it's not okay to say. And, like, it's because there was a moment when I heard somebody talk about something or express a viewpoint or express especially their own life experience that was much different than mine. Like, oh, shit, I was wrong. I'm sorry. And, like, that's a moment of growth. Like, that's not a loss. People get it in their minds like that's defeat. I'm sorry, I'm wrong is defeat. It's growth.
People don't like to be wrong, man. People, and listen, I am one of those people. I do not like to be, but it's pride at the end of the day when you're not going to admit that you're wrong. Well, thanks for listening to AgroLabs podcast. We're going to take a brief intermission, and we'll be back in a second. Welcome back to AgroLabs podcast. We had a brief intermission, a brief potty break.
Yeah, and then the businessman said, "That's not my wife. That's a coffee table."
You got some pretty good one-liners, kid.
Yeah, I in high school and middle school when that was like when the teacher wasn't listening, and then when the teacher's come around the corner and we were saying something that we shouldn't be talking about, that somebody would just say that as a fake punchline to a joke that we weren't saying, so we knew like it was time to straighten up and fly right, because Mrs. Potter's coming around the corner, dude.
Oh no, she's coming to get you.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to talk about, I'm sure you're aware of, you like your history about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, German-speaking communities in
South America.
South America, bro.
Oh, dude.
I know. What was the guy that was on Rogan talking about it?
He did like a reality, not a reality show, but just a show,
like Finding Hitler, or Chasing Hitler, or whatever it's called. Yeah. Colonia Dignidad in particular is this hospital, and I think it was Chile. I should really Google more before I start talking about this. But that Joseph Mengele, the guy that was doing the crazy experiments, like,
dude, Joseph, I've written some accounts from people who've experienced Joseph Mengele, man.
Yeah.
And he was a fucking psychopath, dude.
Fucking like torturing one twin to see if the other twin would feel it, like crazy shit like that. But he just picked up right where he left off with these poor Chilean kids.
Oh, so there's actual he left a footprint in South America.
Yeah, and the God, I hope it's Chile. The Chilean government like offered him sanctuary, like made it attractive for these Nazis with a bunch of money to come here.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, they were like, we know these guys have all this fucking stolen gold, and they want somewhere to live. Why not live here? We're poor.
Well, dude, I mean, when we talk about money, it goes deep, dude. Like, we're talking about like people in America being invested in German Nazi stocks back during the World War II, right? Like, let's be really frank here, right? America in World War I didn't even want to go to war in World War I because there was a lot of German Americans that had just came to America, and there was a lot of people making money off of World War I. And the same thing was happening in World War II, man. People were making a bunch of buttloads from the stocks of Nazi Germany, man.
I forget which president it was, but on his way out of office, it was like a World War II era president, said that like the military industrial complex is like a Pandora's box that cannot be shut. Like, we started this thing, we started war as a profit method, and it's never going to end.
Yeah, it's been that way since a long time. I mean, like, let's be frank here. Rome was built on Rome was so wealthy not because of the commodities they produced, but because of the slaves they had. Yeah. The amount of slaves that they would sell to do their work or do work for other people made them productive. And like that's really commonplace, but I'm just surprised that Joseph Mengele made it out there alive. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's just that, like, we like chess. We like playing chess.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've talked about it on the podcast before, but I think the Queen's Gambit, that Netflix movie or series, had started this chess fever, and the actress Anya Taylor-Joy that plays the girl is a blonde-haired English-speaking girl from Argentina. I used to live in a sober living with this guy named Matt. Shout out Little Chainsaw. Shout out Wolfie the Snowman. He was obsessed, unhealthily obsessed with Anya Taylor-Joy. Had her initials and birthday tattooed on him.
What?
She was like the background of his phone. He runs fan pages. Like, yeah.
No
like,
way.
Just short of like wanting to wear her skin, bro. He was there.
I can't do that for anybody.
Yeah.
I can't even post a YouTube comment.
No.
I judge myself for just trying to post a YouTube comment.
hope they see it.
I'm like, dude, I'm one of those people who are commenting on a YouTube video. I can't do that.
Yeah, no, but I was always it's always piqued my interest. Where are you from, Anya Taylor-Joy? You speak a little Sprachen Deutsch, girl?
Well, like the main thing is like, did Hitler even die? You know, because like, dude, they only tested the body once. Mm-hmm. The Russians only let us test the body once.
The Russians,
the Russians, the Russians, dude.
Spurious fucking.
And we're not talking Russia as now. We're talking the Soviet Union.
Bolshevik Russia.
Yeah, Bolshevik Russia gave the body and let us test it once, and then it came back as a woman.
Yeah,
came back as a woman. So just keep that in mind, man.
I don't know, dude. That's one of those things I will never know. I don't know.
That's a great political... Like, think about it, right? It's like America comes in, and, like, Russia has just been getting demolished by the Germans for years at World War II, right? And they came back. Let's be frank here. They came back, but they came back because it's the same thing that happened in World War I, you know, kind of. But in World War II, they were between the Allies and Russia, right? Yeah. So they were just getting pinned back and getting pushed back from both sides, you know. And what's even more crazy about that, and this is how you know Hitler is a madman. Yeah. This is how you know. He could have conquered Britain. He could have conquered Britain and the Western world, but he backdoored Russia. Yeah. He backdoored Russia, and if you ask me, which I'm not a history major, I'm not a historian. Yeah. Dude, he backdoored Russia to murder gypsies. Yeah. He literally wanted to murder gypsy Jews, and he backdoored Russia. But he could have literally went a lot farther than he did if he wouldn't have done that move.
I hear people say, too, a lot of times, if we had just tried to stop Hitler, he probably wouldn't have gotten as far as he did. Like, we were like, pretty please don't invade Czechoslovakia. And he was like, oh, I won't. And he did it, and then he was like, wait, I was going to do anything about it? I'm going to keep going.
Well, this is what's crazy about Hitler. Such a magnifying figure, right? Yeah. Came from nothing. Yeah. And who the fuck is Hitler? Yeah. Hitler is some character in history that is weird because he was homeless in fucking Vienna and he joined the war and he didn't do anything special in the war. He won a medal or something, but like he didn't play like he wasn't a general. He wasn't any commanding officer in the war. But out of this, he became something with his ideology, right? Yeah. And that's what's nuts, is he's such an imposing figure, but literally, he didn't come from royalty. He didn't come from politics or from power.
Hitler's he would be an incel nowadays. Look, I just want to be a painter. Everyone's like, your paintings fucking suck, Hitler. It's like, okay, well, I think my paintings suck because of Jews. And everyone was like, I don't have a job because of Jews. And somebody else was like, that's what made me so nervous with Trump becoming president in 2016. This preying on the disenfranchisement of a group of people and assigning blame. Like, hey, I understand middle-class white people, you're disenfranchised right now. It's because the immigrants, dude. It's because the immigrants came and took all your jobs. They're like, they're taking our jobs.
So and Woodrow Wilson called it during World War I. Okay? So during the treaty they were working on for World War I, he did not want them to impose such large financial restrictions and taxations on the Germans because he said, listen, dude, you're going to make these fucking people hate you. He's like, whatever you're going to do when it comes to this and your retributions you want for going to war, if you go too hard on these people, dude, they're not going to like it. So what do you see? You see the literal, like, destruction of German society in like 1930, and then
burning money to keep warm.
Yeah, and then you see this figure literally rise out of the dust from fucking being a fucking washed up painter to someone even believing his bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I think we can see with like Trump supporters. I'm not a Trump hater by any means, but what I will say is I enjoyed the television. like I enjoyed the media around Trump. I thought that was interesting. Other than that, do I want to be my president? Absolutely not. But that's what we see. We see a lot of angry people in American society, and we've seen a populist come in who was talking about some things that people really liked, and they were like, "This is it."
Yeah,
make America great again.
It's not perfect, but he's different. It can't be any worse than the other ones.
Yeah,
it can. What that highlighted to me was not like that the wrong person won the election or that like the right person wasn't running. It's that the idea of the office of the president is antiquated and it needs to be done away with. Bottom line, dude. I'll die on that hill.
Listen,
There's
dude.
no reason for us to have a president.
You can be a better president than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You can. I can.
I don't want to be the president.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I have. You want... What was P. Diddy? Vote or die, motherfucker. Vote or die. Listen, dude, you want me to vote for Donald Trump? You want me to vote for these political figures? Like, dude, we can't find nothing better than these people in political offices to vote for. Like, we can do better as a country. Like, I would literally vote for you.
Yeah.
If you ran, you might only get a couple votes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would be like my subscriber page on YouTube, right?
All 30 of us.
Oh.
There's literally dozens of us.
Yeah. But I would vote for you rather than someone like that.
Yeah. I just think like we were talking about how much you like South Park. Like that whole, what are the turd sandwich and shit burrito or whatever, the euphemisms for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. They pointed out to me, like, we should never get to that point. It should never be a lesser of two evils. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I think that's what people did, is they were like, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Fuck it, let's just vote Donald Trump, dude.
Yeah, because, like, Hillary Clinton's an equally spurious character. And at least Donald Trump was like, yeah, I did this, I did that. I'm like, that's great. They let him do whatever you want when you're famous. And Hillary Clinton's like, well, you've never killed anybody.
It's like, dude, you should be the defense secretary. Dude, shut up, dude.
Yeah, why do you keep coming to power? Like,
no, I'm sorry, the Secretary of State, I think.
Secretary of State, yeah. Secretary of State, Senator Clinton. Like, you guys need to stop being in charge. That's
dude. But I was talking about this yesterday. I would vote for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a president.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, absolutely. Vote for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I would, because I just think he's a good dude.
I also think in our political system too, like, people don't realize, like, we're not really a democracy.
No.
Like we're really a republic, a Republican democracy. Yeah. So, like, we're supposed to, like, run our communities based on the people that we elect for us and how they view. And people just look at, like, what's really fucked. And this is the media's part to play in this, but the media makes the president seem like it's something bigger than what it really is.
Yeah.
And the president is not supposed to be that wide-arching, overarching figure that he is. You know what I seen that was crazy?
What's that?
I was on Netflix the other night, and there was an Edward Snowden movie.
Mm-hmm. And the one with what's his face?
Yeah, but it was like total. It was like total propaganda, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, I forget like the description they used, but like obsessed CIA analyst. Yeah. Like, you think Edward Snowden's as obsessed CIA analyst?
I'm split. So I have. Let me think how I'm going to word this. I really don't think it's that big of a deal. Anyway. I have a very good friend of mine, and he works for an agency, right? And
I just got fucking chills down my spine.
Yeah,
the agency.
You're right, an agency. And I ask him all the questions that I'm sure anybody that works for an agency and has a friend that knows they work there. Like, oh, is there aliens? Is there this? Is there that? Is there this? Like, first off, dude, for real, I can't tell you anything. Like, I know, like, for real, I'm never going to tell anybody any of this.
They got him hooked.
But I will tell you,
they got him hooked up to the Neuralink, dude.
But I will tell you, there's 3 things that I've learned that I wish I didn't know that I'll never ever be able to tell anybody. But he has like such a different view on Edward Snowden than a lot of my friends. He's like, dude, there are whistleblower channels. Like, there are right ways to do what he did.
Yeah, but they would have whacked him for that shit, bro.
Yeah.
They would have fucking gave him a heart attack dart, dude.
Yeah, but I just think it's interesting that I have this friend. Like, I respect a lot, and he's doing great things, and that he has this viewpoint that's really like different. I got a fucking Edward Snowden.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Because he did whistleblow, and let's be frank, he went back to Russia too. But that's because that's where that motherfucker was going to be safe at.
Where's he at now?
He's in Russia, dude.
Is he still in Russia?
I believe he's in Russia still.
He went somewhere Latin first, didn't he?
Yeah, he was with the WikiLeaks. The WikiLeaks guy gave him like some type of shelter at first, but he went to the Russian embassy shortly after, dude, because he probably had everyone and his mother after him.
And Russia was like, "Tell us what you know."
Yeah, so that's like the kind of the fucked
all
up
the
part.
borscht you can eat.
Yeah. Would you like a cup of tea, sir? But like that kind of opened my eyes to. I'll tell you this. I don't believe in every conspiracy theory because it takes a crazy motherfucker to really believe every conspiracy. Like, because there's motherfuckers out there that really believe, like, hey, dude. Like, I think the truth is way easier than the fiction. Like, people are just pieces of shit and just want money. Like, we can just go with that without bringing in lizards and all the other things.
Lizards versus dolphin people.
Yeah, dude. I don't need to know how the flat Earth is a way to or like. There's, dude. Have you ever read any of Behold the Pale Horse?
I don't know what that is.
Dude, so like he's like the first conspiracy theorist of his time, William Cooper,
Okay.
and he was a pretty, I wouldn't say high, but he was like a mid-rank naval intelligence officer who worked for the Navy, and he swears on seeing a UFO and how he had these secret documents and on Project Majestic, and how basically the government basically he was saying that aliens and UFOs aren't real, but they are. He was saying that alien spacecraft and aliens are made up by the government because they want to use aliens to unify the world.
Okay.
They wanted to use a fake alien attack to unify humanity against something.
Well, H.G. Wells, Old War of the Worlds.
So I don't believe stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I think this is not an original thought, but I've heard it. I'm going to parrot it. That really conspiracy theories, like really contrived conspiracy theories, didn't really take hold until after Watergate, and it was the highest office in the land lying to the whole land for real, for proven. He admitted it. And it just really knocked the foundation out from a lot of people. Like, what can I trust?
It's like that moment when that we've experienced with our fathers.
Right. It's like, if I can't trust Richard Nixon, who can I trust? Who was trusting Richard Nixon?
He looks untrustworthy, dude.
I watched
he's one of those people where I look at him like, I don't trust you.
Just recently I watched Frost Nixon. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my god, it's great. It's like a biopic. I'm sure it's like mostly based on the true story, but about David Frost was and I might butcher this, was a British TV personality around the time of Watergate, and was known for doing things like flashy interviews. Like, I interviewed the Beatles, I interviewed the Beach Boys, I interviewed blah blah blah, and he was like, let's get Nixon, and like nobody could get that interview with Nixon, so he ends up getting this interview with Richard Nixon. They pay him all this fucking money. And they syndicate it themselves. They can't get any TV networks in the United States to carry it, right? Because they want a bunch of creative control. Like, NBC was like, yeah, we'll syndicate it, but you have to let's do this and that and that. And he was like, no. And like, he gets Richard Nixon to like say, I'm sorry. Like yeah. It's a true story. It's gnarly. Movie's great. Recommend it. Frost Nixon.
Can you imagine getting a politician to say, I'm sorry?
It's hard. He tried really hard to get him to answer a question. Like, and it's bizarre how, like, I know, like, this trope, like, politicians don't answer questions straight, but that, like, we let that slide. Like, we'll be like, what do you think about this? And he'll be like, well, what do you think about this? Like, the conversation should stop No, motherfucker. The question I asked you. Tell me, answer the question I asked you. And like that, we just pussyfoot and tiptoe around things and not give real answers, and then get elected into power.
So shout out to Joe Rogan's Instagram.
We're joking.
I was watching his Instagram, and he posted this video of this. I think it was a California governor, and the California governor is like, people need to stay home. There will be fines. There will be actions took against you if you don't stay home. Dude, he got caught in a fucking restaurant like a week later, dude. And he was just worked up, dude. He did a whole press conference, and he's just like, well, yeah, I did it, but it was for a friend's birthday, and we accommodated like social distancing, and just a whole bunch of bullshit. And then but then there's like videos and pictures of him like not social distancing, not wearing a mask, and I'm just the irony.
You ask for it. You ask for that scrutiny, because we were talking about how passionate people on both sides. Listen. It's science. It's a disease. It kills people, and it kills people that are susceptible to it. It's a thing.
Don't be a dummy.
Don't be a dummy. Don't hang out with your grandma if you fucking just not masking at Walmart all day. Don't hang out with your grandma. Yeah, like these are undeniable truths.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, and it's not about you selfish piece of shit. Anyway, we get that out of the way. That like as a politician, you would understand all this and then be like, I bet nobody will notice me at TGI Fridays.
Well, no, dude, he was at like some posh, like Californian restaurant.
Nobu.
Yeah, he was like there, and like, dude, he was under like, and I know I'm asking you guys to hold yourselves to a certain standard. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I didn't do it. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, how self-righteous can you, like? That's what he should do. In that position, like, remember I said, like, I can just admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Don't nothing else. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. Don't say anything else. Just, I'm sorry. Hey, I should have done better, and I didn't. Right? Mm-hmm. That's all you had to say, bro. But instead, it's like a 10-minute press conference about how we still need to social distance, and this is and that's what's crazy.
Digging a hole at that point, dude.
Digging
a hole.
Put the shovel down.
I had something recently happen at work where like someone was like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was a bad thing to do.
I witnessed that.
Yeah,
literally, I didn't have no words to say to you. I had none. I was like, I just kept going on about my business.
Yeah,
I didn't have nothing to say. I don't think neither did she. Yeah. Right?
It's like I've had a long career of like lying and deny. It just makes everything so much worse and complicated.
Yeah, I remember I was dealing with one of the bigger bosses, and I kind of just looked at him and I was like, yeah, dude. He's like, well, why didn't this get done? I was like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I looked at him, I was like, I fucked. You know what he said to me? You're a stand-up guy, Cam. I said, thanks, man.
Yeah, dude. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then, well, there's the thing about, like, practicing good character for me. That, like, I practice good character. And so that when I'm in a position where I make an honest mistake and I say I fucked up, and it puts all that burden on my character and how I behaved in the past. Because at that point, the person of authority has to be like, what kind of person is MJ? Did he fuck up? Or is he just, oh no, MJ's a fucking stand-up guy. Like, he doesn't lie. He's not often late. Like, this and that.
I lie about the stupidest things.
Oh my God.
Like you just see on the podcast, like, I'm Torrance. In my brain, and it's because in my brain I'm 27. Like I already think I'm 20, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah,
I say like stupid things, and I like this is one of my biggest character defects I got to work on, and I consistently have to work on. Like my mom will call me, and like I just don't want to go over there or whatever. Like I won't even use my mom. I love my mom, but just anyone, and I'll be like, now I gotta mow the grass.
Yeah,
snow outside, dude.
Yeah, I did that. My dear sweet grandmother, I love her so much, and I used to be like, oh, this is going on, I can't talk right now, this is going on. The other day I was like, I'm tired. I'll try to call you tomorrow. I'm just tired. Like, there doesn't have to be a whole ass story. Like, people are people. Yeah. Like, I'm the only one that thinks I'm like, I'm held to this standard that I'm not held to.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though, for me, is like sometimes people hold me to that standard.
Yeah.
Like, I literally one time, there was this guy reaching out for help.
Yeah.
And I gave him a number to call. Gave him a few numbers to call.
Yeah.
And he was like, basically just asked if I could reroute the system and just put him in there right away. And I was like, dude, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not happening tonight. And he just sent me this hateful fucking... And, like, really, the people, like, I'm always honest with my mom. And, like, people, I try to be honest with people I surround myself with. But it's the people that, like, I'm not close with, who, like, I think they expect something out of me that I'm not good at just, being like, no. And I can say no pretty easy nowadays, but it's when I feel like I have to do something or it's expected of me is when I'm like...
It was the type of job I had, and you guys brought me in. You're like, hey, it's really important to say no. Like, be able to say no. I'm like, oh, it'd be easy to say no. It was really hard for a long time, and I caused myself a lot of undue stress with being the yes man. And it's getting a lot easier. It's getting a lot easier to say no.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing, man. Is like, if it was saying no is tough because if you like people like I like people, you never want to let people down.
Right.
You know what I mean? You always want to do what's best for that person. And like sometimes, especially for people that we work with, they haven't heard no in a long time. The only no they got is like, hey, I'll be there in like 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've never heard no though. And for me, like, I'm saying no because there's, like, you talked about boundaries.
Yeah.
So we gotta draw a line in the sand somewhere.
Yeah. It's a matter of respect for myself that I set these boundaries with other people. And, like, if I'm not careful with my time or, like, with my emotional stability, like, then how can I be careful with anybody else's? It's got to start with me.
You just dropped some fire on that mic, dude.
I'd be doing that from time to time.
You just fucking, dude. I can't believe it, dude. You just fucking lit my night up, dude. Well, dude, it's been a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this, man.
Me too.
You need to come back over so we can do this more often, man.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor to be a part of something that you care about so much. I love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Do you have an Instagram?
I do have an Instagram. It is, it's at... I've changed it a few times. I'm pulling up real quick that quick plug. My follower to follows ratio is off. It's at MOJOLO 5. Mojolo 5.
Mojolo 5.
Yeah.
Mojo Jojo.
Because I am Morris Joseph Lonergan V. That's an abbreviation of all my names. Mojolo.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like about the podcast. Tell me what you did, and tell me how I can do it better. I really don't care. I'm not going to read it anyways. But you can follow me on AgroLabs on Instagram and also AgroLabsCast on the Twitter. And with that being said, stay home, stay agro, and thanks for listening.